good hitters too. So Williams, somebody who last start numbers, and actually numbers don't even look that bad because he only got 1 earned run, 5 total runs though. Didn't get a ton of help from his defense.
Yeah, he was obviously that all-star last year in 2025. I think he's had a very good, tenure here with Mississippi. Obviously, they trust him at the top of this lineup. Hopefully, Florence can, just try and do a little bit more of what they did on Tuesday than what they did yesterday.
Yeah, and again, I mentioned it already, but the first couple of pitches and at-bats really matter. I haven't seen Florence be too aggressive, first, second pitches. I wonder if that's an approach thing for Toby Hall's squad. But with a different lineup, you're asking a lot of Jackson Tucker to set the table and get on base. And there's 3 guys right behind him who really have that power and the ability to bring in runs, but Tucker's my kind of key to this game to see if he can get on base a couple of times. That can really get the offense going.
Well, you bring up the Cintas key to the game. That is going to be yours. The keys to the game: keep your business safe, clean, and professional with help from Cintas. Visit us online at cintas.com. I think I just want to see Webster go into that 5th inning. Florence, I think, operates a lot better when they get quality starts from their starters. I think the whole pitching staff is built, I want to say, more around the rotation. That's kind of what you need to lean on. Yeah. They have a solid bullpen. The bullpen just needs to get complemented with that rotation so they can start performing well, too.
It makes sense because of the last because it is being in the first few games, but they've had to ask a little too much in terms of innings pitched of the bullpen the last few days.
Yep, absolutely. We'll pause here on the 50 West Brewing pregame show as we get ready for our national anthem brought to you by Pella Windows. Don't go anywhere. More Florence Yells baseball coming up on the Frontier League Network powered by HTN. Lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for baseball here on the first Thirsty Thursday at Thomas More Stadium. Sun shining down on the field. It is a beautiful day for some Y'all's baseball. Evan Webster towing the rubber for Florence. 64 degrees and sunny. Not too much wind right now. I think it was a lot more wind yesterday. 30 mile per hour wind gusts for Florence yesterday. Hopefully the cooler temperatures can also, or the warmer temperatures can help out Florence. That was very cold yesterday.
It was, and I think that obviously played a factor. But with the winds, I think it almost evened out a little bit. So, not as much wind today. We'll see. Florence, obviously, despite the 1 loss, had a lot of success getting the ball out of the ballpark. Just if you combine these first 2 games of the series, 7 total home runs for the Y'alls through the first 2 games of the series.
Yeah, and hopefully they can keep the ball inside the ballpark on the pitching side and just explode on the offensive side, which would be great to see. Obviously, all the way around. Evan Webster on the mound, making his second start of the season. He's 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA. That 1 start, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. The no walks and 6 Ks was what mattered most there for Webster, and obviously his first start of the season. We know what he can do. 7-4 last year with a 4.22 ERA across 19 games, 18 starts, 98 innings pitched. 63 Ks to 24 walks. He's a guy that, doesn't usually rack it up in the strikeout department, but does keep them off the bases with that low walk total.
Yeah, I think that any pitching coach is going to be happy with seeing the no walks in the first game. It's just a little bit more competitive. When, you're going to get hit sometimes, but the defense for this Florence team has been pretty good through their first few games. And, Webster can just trust him as much as some of these other pitchers have. Villalobos got some nice defensive plays behind him on Tuesday.
Yes, he did. They obviously did hit the lefty decently well on Tuesday. Let's see if Evan Webster can have some better luck against this Mississippi lineup. First pitch to Braylon Skinner is fouled away, and we are underway. 6:53, actually a minute ahead this time. How about that?
Makes up for the last couple of days. I'll tell you this, though. I mean, 3 out of the top 4 in this Mississippi lineup, kind of that core, are lefties. So I think that was more of just a Villalobos, not his best start.
Yeah. That one misses outside at 89 miles per hour there from Webster. A 1-1 count. Skinner, Booker, and Holt, first 3 to face Webster for Mississippi. And they're all teal jerseys, even with the teal caps. 1-1, fastball misses away.
This is, correct me if I'm wrong, but the home debut of the Y'all's FL or the Flow hats.
Yeah. Yes. I don't think they wear them on the road either way. So yeah, the Flow hats. The Flow caps that I really like. 2-1 ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Braylon Skinner continues his ways of just infield base hits.
Yeah, Florence has mashed some balls in this series. What Mississippi's done is just put consistent bat on ball, consistent contact. I mean, how many ground ball singles have we seen just in the middle of the infield through the right side? And it's nothing crazy, just simple approaches. And the reason it works for them is because they play small ball really well.
Yeah, Braylon Skinner is certainly, a very good hitter and just putting something in play and then letting the speed do the talking. It brings up the lefty Kyle Booker with a runner on first and nobody out in the opening frame of this ball game. That one's dialed in there for a strike, an 0-1 count. Kyle Booker, the lefty, with an open stance in the left-handed batter's box. Kick the 0-1 pitch. Misses away. Booker 1 for 5 yesterday with a double, 2 RBIs, 2 strikeouts. He's entering today with a 273 average. Got to be patient here for Webster because you have Skinner over at first that's jumping at the bit to take second. The 1-1, swing and a miss.
And Zach Beadle was the catcher yesterday who had some success throwing out some Mississippi runners. Not Beadle behind the plate today. It is Gutierrez, but Gutierrez is another guy with a good arm.
I think anyway you drew up the lineup, Beadle was probably going to be on the bench yesterday. He had a very good day throwing out, but I felt like he just got beat up. It was a lot of pitches he had to block and, also spent some time running to the backstop with that inaccuracy from the Florence pitchers yesterday. A couple foul tips to him.
Yeah, I think beat up is a good way to put it.
Yeah. It was actually back in Evansville. I asked him about it. He said, this is the job I signed up for. I'm happy to do it. The runner takes off, and that one's fouled away after a treat. Count stays 1-2.
It's a job you sign up for, and a job that really you feel some responsibility because it's a job you want. Probably the most competitive, maybe in terms of numbers, position battle in spring training was that catcher spot. Especially with one of the Florence's draft picks getting used on a catcher.
Yeah, Casey Keller. From the middle of the rubber. That one's fouled away again. Nice pitch there from Evan Webster. I mentioned the way Villalobos was throwing, or, even Campbell Spradling, who was focused on the third base side of the rubber. Evan Webster a little bit more middle towards the first base side. I think that just creates a lot more deception from a lefty pitcher against a lefty hitter, to be exact. Like I said, it just feels like the ball's behind you. A pickoff attempt over to first. They got Skinner caught between first and second. Tag applied is in time. Nice job there from Evan Webster. The first pickoff of the season for the Florence pitching staff, and that's going to be a pleasant surprise after what we saw yesterday.
We have just seen some weird plays already, just pound for pound. The amount of times we've seen a runner, get picked off in a situation where they should get picked off too far off the first base bag and getting caught there is a lot. But the amount of times we've seen that happen, but that the pitcher throws it away, twice yesterday. So.
Yeah. Good move there from Skinner, too, just to, try and burn down the line. But what do you think about Skinner? What do you think Mississippi thinks? He's led off the game now in 2 games with a single and then caught stealing and picked off.
He has, but I think it's part of Mississippi's game. Like, I think that you just have to take some of those things.
2-2 swing and a miss on a nice pitch there at 85 from Evan Webster. His first strikeout of the day. Now 2 away with the bases empty.
But yeah, this is back-to-back games where they go single for Skinner, and then Booker strikes out. In the middle of the strikeout is caught stealing or Booker being picked off. Skinner rather being picked off.
Travis Holt yesterday with the first home run of Mississippi's 2026 season. First pitch misses at the top of the zone at 90 miles per hour. 1992 on the spin rate. Seemed like Webster last year really started to dial in. He actually has a knuckleball that he can mix in there. 1-0, fouls it back. And once he started to develop trust with that knuckleball, I think his entire game changed because, you saw him go from a very consistent pitcher for Florence to start flashing shows of an ace-level pitcher in which we now know he is.
Knuckleballs are probably the biggest, one pitch that can make a difference adding to your arsenal.
1-1 misses downstairs.
And it's already not a huge arsenal for Webster, but he's just one of those consistent guys who throws the pitches that he does throw well, and he throws them in the right spot. Usually when you don't have the biggest arsenal, you got to either have velocity or really good location.
2-1 popped up in the infield. Left side, Brett Blomquist and Broussard going at it. Broussard with the early call, and he's over in Blomquist territory to make the final out of the inning. An unconventional 1-2-3 from Evan Webster. We head to the bottom half of the first. Florence gets their first crack when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the first inning, always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe your money should work as hard as you do. Visit heritagebank.com or stop by a branch near you today. Florence against Brian Williams on the mound for Mississippi. It'll be Jackson Tucker, Hank Zeisler, and Brendan Bobo in a new look lineup for the Yalls. Tucker making his first start at the top of the order. Obviously with Tyler Schoenfeld out with a illness today. Hoping he can be back for that Evansville series in some capacity. Williams on the mound for Mississippi. Enters with no record so far, but he does have one start, a 1.8 ERA for Brian Williams. Obviously, we mentioned it in the 50 West Brain pregame show, the brother of former Florence pitcher Darian Williams. Obviously pitched with the Yalls in 2024, also appeared with the team in 2025 as well. From Bryan, Texas, right-handed pitcher on the mound. Darian Williams, a former Los Angeles Angels farmhand. First pitch to Jackson Tucker, misses downstairs at 87. Williams led the 2025 Mud Monsters with 18 starts, pitched to a 3.48 ERA, 84 strikeouts in 106 innings pitched. Standing tall on the mound, the 1-0. Skies it out towards right center field. Wallace in front of the warning track, now coming in even more, makes the grab. 2-pitch fly out there to right from Jackson Tucker. That'll bring up the captain, Hank Zeisler. Zeisler yesterday, 1 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Still hitting .429 on the season. He enters today with a 4-game hitting streak. With that, obviously, also a 4-game on-base streak. His 40-plus game on-base streak was the most by any Florence y'all last year. First pitch to him, in there for a strike on the lower inside corner.
Yeah, he's just a hitter that you could tell how much respect the opposing pitchers have for him. Gets pitched way differently than anybody else in the lineup. Doesn't see a whole lot of strikes, and it's a big reason he's hitting second.
No one misses downstairs.
It's
956 on that spin rate.
That's nasty. But when you have, somebody who's your best hitter like Zeisler, who's going to get pitched differently and going to get walked a lot, when you move up to second, you have some good hitters behind him. It's really hard to walk him when you have Bobo and then Richardson and then somebody like Keita Taylor or Garrett Broussard behind him.
956. That's got to be some sort of like splitter. I think that's what he's holding on the mound. He's holding a split finger on the mound. Obviously, that's what he just sets himself into, and then he'll switch it in his glove. 2-1. That one's cranked out towards center field, sending Booker a little bit back and now coming in. 94 on the exit, velo, but still a fly ball to center.
It's pretty rare when you come set with that grip, and then that's what you kind of go from with it in your hand.
And there he is, Darian Williams, locked into the broadcast. I knew he'd be tuning in. We missed D-Will over here in Florence. Hope he's doing well. Pretty sure he's back down in Texas. And his younger brother's got 2 outs already in the bottom half of the first inning. It's Brendan Bobo now at the plate. So without Shaney Felt, they do have that right-hander at the top of the order for Florence, but still the 2 lefties and Zeisler and Bobo together. Then you'd go down to Sergio Gutierrez, the switch hitter, who will be hitting lefty against the righty Williams. The 1-0 to Bobo, swings through it, 84 miles per hour there. So yeah, I started to develop a split finger myself my senior year. I never liked starting off with that as in my hand. I eventually ended up getting into it, but I was always just moving my glove to, try and throw people off. But obviously, like many major leaguers do, Brian Williams starting with that split finger grip and then work it into whatever else the catcher is calling. It's a 1-2 count to Bobo.
Whatever works for you.
On the third base side of the rubber from the stretch, the base is empty. Kick the 1-2. Bobo pokes it out down the left field line, and it drops foul right over the glove of Travis Holt.
Outside of those 2 home runs, Bobo still, 190 batting average through 5 games. He had the 2 home run game, and that's about it for him so far. A lot of strikeouts in opening series versus Evansville.
Certainly. He had 3 strikeouts yesterday as well. Of course, so did a lot of Florence players. 18 Ks total as a team. That's a season high. Hopefully that stays the season high. We don't have to worry about breaking that. 1-2 to Bobo. Fastball misses high and away. 2-2 count. Taking a look at the defense for Mississippi. It's Furr in left field, Booker in center, Wallace in right, Holt at third, Shield at short, Rose at second, Holman at first, and Bain doing the catching. 2-2, swing and a miss. Nice off speed there from Williams. He goes 1-2-3 against the top 3 of the Florence lineup. We head to the top of 2. 0-0 between the Y'alls and the Mud Monsters here on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Second inning from Thomas More Stadium, Florence in Mississippi, 0-0. Umpires for today, Jeff Osborne will call the balls and strikes with Henry Schmolwitz, the crew chief over at first base, and Rudy Bosk, the third base umpire, infamous for his strikeout call. At third base, today's umpire is brought to you by Pella Windows. Looking for a clearer view of every call? Trust Pella Window and Door, bringing you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good even the ump won't miss a thing.
First pitch from Evan Webster is cranked out towards right field. Bobo all the way to the wall, and it's out of here. Ambush home run from Holman, his first of the season. It's a 1-0 Mississippi lead.
We talked about what would give the warmer weather, but the no wind, and I think, Jack Holman obviously didn't need the wind on that one. Pulled home run.
99 off the bat, 402 on the distance.
And it's only the second team home run for Mississippi the first 6 games of the season. Travis Holt had the first one yesterday.
Other than that, I thought you did a great job with the umpiring.
Thank you.
You're right.
I'll try to not give up a home run on my next umpire.
Nice. Yeah, Bosk, certainly, I saw him doing some arm exercises after, it might
be stretch. Stretching after is just as important as stretching before.
Exactly. He had to put ice on his shoulder yesterday. We'll see him for the next series against Evansville. Those same crew staying around. A 1-0 in there for a strike, a 1-1 count. This is Caston Furr, the right-handed pitcher, a right-handed hitter. He'll be followed by Landon Wallace for the Mississippi Mud Monsters. 1-1. Misses just a hair outside, 72 on the off speed. Kind of splitting the difference on our attendances so far. Obviously, 3,000 plus opening day. That one's fouled away 2-2. Barely 1,000 yesterday. 1,500 to 2,000 in here today. It was expected 1,500. I'm sure got a few more walk-ups after just seeing it's a beautiful day outside for some baseball.
It's a great day. It's also a great day for Thirsty Thursday.
100%.
But red, white, and y'alls tomorrow. I'm excited for that one.
I'm extremely excited. Hopefully we get some jerseys we can show on the broadcast. There's a ground ball up the middle, fielded on the backhand from Taylor. Throw on to first is scooped, but not in time.
Webster almost had that on the backhand.
Yeah. Almost, yeah. It was. I don't even know if it was backhand. Just a little, little any way I could try and get something on it. Good attempt there from Keenan Taylor. Working on his backhand there. Obviously a long throw on the run. Ends up an infield single.
Yeah, I mean, that's a play I don't see a whole lot of second baseman making.
Our softball team has no one at second base making that play.
That's only because you're playing shortstop, right?
Yep, I'd make that play at 2, but we're at short. Now it misses downstairs. I mean, almost shed a tear when Max told me that we had a morning game on Tuesday next week, and the bus leaves Monday night. That's when the front office is playing softball. Yeah, if I can't make it, we'll be tragically upset. Tragic. Nobody out. The 1-0 pitch. Missing downstairs. 2-0. It's the third hit allowed by Webster. Mississippi with a 1-0 lead. The 2-0. Same spot, missing downstairs at 89.
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you have a 4-inning start and you give up 3 earned runs, none of those, or no walks, hits are going to be the issue. We did give up 6 hits against Evansville.
One of those was a home run as well in Bossy Field. 3-0. In there for a strike. Wonder if the umpire knows, hey, this guy doesn't walk anyone, so I know that the ball should be in the strike zone.
If it's ball 4, then we know the umpire's wrong.
Yes. Middle of the rubber. Glove at the belt. The 3-1 pitch. Missing at the top of the zone. That's his first walk of the season. Third base runner allowed in the second inning. Runners first and second, but nobody out for Nathan Rose.
Competitive misses, too. We've seen Florence pitchers be a little wild these last couple of days.
Rose with his first appearance in this series. The beer batter of the game, always brought to you by Party Source, your one-stop destination for all things celebration. Visit them at 95 Riviera Drive, Bellevue, Kentucky. First pitch in there for a strike. Really shouldn't be Party Source today because it is Thirsty Thursday. We're not giving out dollar beer.
That's half price, half a two.
Yeah. The 0-1 swing and a miss. You know, in 2024, it was dollar beers on Thirsty Thursday. Then we went up to $2.
I'm sure the city of Florence was outraged.
The world almost ended. He's got him 0-2. But at that point, it was like half off 50-cent beer. 0-2 pitch, fouls it back.
Was it the classic story, I think, of Cleveland doing the, 10-cent beer night in, like, the 80s or something, and they got canceled because there were riots and people breaking onto the field?
Well, that's great.
I think we need one of those nights in Florence.
Yeah. I think I do remember that. I think that's actually been part of this date in baseball history. From the stretch, the 0-2 misses outside with an off-speed. Tennessee Smokies, my former ball club, they did free beer night. And they still do free beer night. And the catch is that it's free beer for everyone that has purchased this mug. And everyone in attendance can get this mug. And you have free beer until the opposing team scores a run.
That's fun. I've heard of teams doing that.
Yeah, 1-2 fouled away. I've been trying to bring it to Florence. Something about the Kentucky laws of not being able to advertise free beer. So I wanted to advertise wildly discounted beer, and maybe say just, hey, come on, penny beers.
Or just a Thirsty Thursday that everybody gets here to say, hey, here's a catch.
Yeah, the 1-2.
Although if the government's listening, we're giving away all our secrets, though. So
yeah. They'll never know. 2-2. That one misses downstairs. But it's a great idea. You know, you see on a billboard outside, you see on any place, free beer at the Florence Downs. You're going to go there.
Yeah.
And it's a great way. They actually do it in Tennessee. Whenever they make the playoffs, they'll do that as a promotion just to get fans in the stadium because you don't often have time to sell tickets. They'll do the free beer night just to get everyone in there.
I'll tell you what, though. You do free beer night for Florence, this first 6 games wouldn't have lasted long, those rules.
You're right about that. 2-2 missing downstairs. It's a full count. He has not gotten any calls at the bottom of the zone. The Florence dugout saying a few words.
That one's low.
Yeah, they've all been low there. They've been good calls by the home plate umpire, Osborne. I don't think any of them have actually touched the zone. Full count, runners first and second, nobody out. The payoff pitch, missing downstairs. Toby Hall's going to go talk to Webster, who's loaded the bases with nobody out here in the top of 2. It's a 1-0 Mississippi lead.
Yeah, Mississippi's not too interested in swinging the bat at all right now, too. You can kind of tell, even though it was a full count, Rhodes was expecting the ball.
It'll be interesting to see because obviously now you're facing a formidable foe in Slater Shield, who's had a great series. Shield enters today hitting .308. He was 2 for 4 last night with an RBI. 2 strikeouts. Got the Florence y'all slide up. The inflatable is all moving around in the kid zone. You haven't gone down that slide yet, have you?
I've not. No. Have you?
I've been down it once, actually. Been down it once, and it was right when it was cleaned, and
okay,
I went down it, and I got like some dust in my eye or something, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is brutal.
Right after it was cleaned?
Right after it was cleaned, and I still got something in my eye that was like stuck there, and I was like, man, this is tough.
I'll remember that. When I go down it for the first time, I'll wear goggles.
You should wear goggles or close your eyes.
Or that.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the first pitch to Shield. Fastball missing downstairs. Webster getting no favors if he's trying to live at the bottom of the zone. He's going to have to bring it up. Again, all these are balls. None of them touching the zone on TrackMan. The 1-0. Shield drives it up the middle. That'll drop in for a base hit. They'll give a stop sign to the runner at third. An RBI single. Everybody station to station. Mississippi now with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, this is getting dangerous, too, because it's not like you're getting any productive outs for Mississippi, too. Still nobody out of the inning. They just move station to station.
Yeah, you're going to need to see Webster dial in here, try and get a strikeout and a double play, hopefully. That'd be, obviously the best case scenario. So bottom of the order, Gray Bain starting things off for Mississippi here. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch in there for a strike. 82 miles per hour there at the bottom of the zone. The 0-1, missing downstairs.
This is do or die time for Webster, too. Again, your key was to get him into the 5th inning. There's still a really good opportunity to, have a pretty good start, but you can't let this snowball in the second.
1-1 fouled away. 2-0 Mississippi. It's only 2-0. 1-2 count. You got Shield over at first. He's certainly got some speed. The 1-2 fouls it back. I said a strikeout here is massive. Just the 1K so far for Webster. One time through the order. I think you really need to get Gray Bain here because at the top of the order following, Braylon Skinner, Kyle Booker, and Travis Holt, all of them mean business.
And they've done damage this weekend, too.
Yep, no doubt. This inning opened with a Jack Holman home run on the very first pitch. The 1-2 swing and a miss, top of the zone. He picks up his second strikeout. That's a big time out there. Now 1 away with the bases loaded.
Well, there's step 1 in your plan. Strike out to double play, but you got to deal with a tough guy to double up at Braylon Skinner because all the speed he has.
Certainly a tough guy to double up. You would need a hard hit ball to someone in the middle infield that's got to be playing double play depth.
Strikeout's back at play, though.
Yep. It's a guy that hits the ball on the ground, so you should expect something. First pitch off speed, beautifully placed in there for a strike.
Yeah, Skinner, talk about strikeout, ground out, double play, whatever you want. Skinner's just been a tough guy to get out in general. Already in game number 6, and he's still hitting over 500.
He's going to have that left side of the infield pretty much open. Off speed in there for a strike. Webster's living away. Skinner, if he wants to go with it, he'll be able to poke it through.
Well, if he's going to get that call, then I think he should live away.
Yeah. Why not? That's where it was called all day yesterday. The 0-2 pitch bounces in the dirt and a good scoop from Gutierrez. Now a 1-2 count. I wonder if you can get Broussard on a hot shot to third. He tags third and just throws to second. You don't even got to worry about Braylon Skinner at first.
It's been a lot of choppers for
1-2, off speed, called, strike 3, dots up the outer half, and that is big time from Evan Webster. His third strikeout of the day, but takes away Braylon Skinner, who has been all over Florence this series. Now 2 away with the bases.
Yeah, Skinner's going to be frustrated with that. I don't think you can put the ball in a better spot if you're Evan Webster. and that's what he's known to do. 6 strikeouts in that first game with just 4 innings.
First pitch to Kyle Booker. There he is, living outside.
In that one, I actually think is a bit of a worse call, if you want to call it a bad call at all, than strike 3 to Skinner.
Yeah.
But if you're Webster, you're getting those strike calls. I wouldn't go away from that even for a second.
0-1. That one skied out towards left field, hanging up for Brodell, who makes the grab. And Florence is able to escape trouble. Some very good rebounds there from Evan Webster. 2 runs come across from Mississippi. They carry a 2-0 lead into the bottom half of 2 when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the second inning. It's 2-0 on our Thomas More scoreboard. Obviously, the scoreboard partner of Florence, Thomas More University. And Thomas More University, you'll be able to take your life and your career as far as you want it to go. Apply or donate today at thomasmore.edu. 2-0 Mississippi leads. Florence with the 4-5-6 stepping up to the plate against the right-handed pitcher Brian Williams, who went 1-2-3 in his opening frame. It'll be Zade Richardson, Garrett Broussard, and Sergio Gutierrez.
Great tightrope back there from Webster to keep this still a game.
Yep, absolutely. Strands the bases loaded, picked up 2 more strikeouts, and fly out to left field. Williams picked up 1 strikeout in the first. First pitch to Richardson. Off speed in there for a strike. Zade yesterday 1 for 4 with a solo blast. His second in as many games. And 3 strikeouts as well, hitting an even 300 on the season. The 0-1 bounces in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Bain. Got another Tettemer trivia coming up next inning.
I'm hot.
I heard you
I'm
had
on a 1-game win streak.
the best night's sleep you could have.
A lot better than when I couldn't stop thinking about Corey Seager, that's for sure.
1-1 punch down the left field line, but foul. About to see the Snoop Days hard soda race. They're actually all waiting over there in the Florence Y'all's bullpen. I like to see just some of the bullpen pitchers put those on and run over.
Who do you think would win?
I don't know. I don't know the speed of the bullpen.
That's true. That is one thing, one group where you don't really ever get to see the speed.
I would have said Jet Lotus if he was here. Apparently he had some wheels last year.
I could see Hopewell just picking up some speed and the locks just working in the wind.
He's got some long legs. He'd have to be motoring. 2-2 to Richardson. Hot shot down the third baseline. It'll drop in fair territory and carry him off the wall. Richardson on his way to second, looking for the hustle double. Throw comes in. Not in time. Some excitement from Richardson as well, able to avoid the tag. That's how you get the inning started.
I think a little bit of extra excitement comes in because I don't know if he thought he was getting in there safely once he saw the throw come in. That is a gutsy move to lead off an inning for Richardson, but I'll tell you what, the start of the season for Zade has just been so encouraging moving forward. To hopefully get a consistent run and playing time without injury.
Yeah. No, he's looked phenomenal here in the beginning. Definitely like that 2024 self. Florence with the runner in scoring position for Garrett Broussard, and you can't say enough good things about Broussard's start to the season as well. He had a home run yesterday, 2-run shot that brought the game within 1. He enters hitting .385. First pitch ran upstairs, a 1-0 count.
It's another good sign. Broussard just isn't someone. He's played a couple of seasons of Indy ball now. The offensive numbers haven't quite been what we think they can be.
Here's the 1-0. Ooh, runs inside, square in the back. That hit by pitch always brought to you by Airport Paint and Body. We got a lot of work yesterday. When life throws a fastball at your ride, they'll smooth it out and get you back in the game. Submit a free estimate online today at airportpaintbody.com. Brings up Sergio Gutierrez. Runners first and second with nobody out. Y'all's trailing 2-0. Looking to get that run, those runs that they allowed last inning right back.
Yeah, it's Florence's chance to pounce. We haven't seen them. I mean, in a game where they struggled offensively yesterday, they didn't really have many guys on the bases.
First pitch to the switch hitting catcher. Gutierrez misses downstairs. Goody in his third start of the season. Still looking for his first hit. He's now played in 4 games. Came on as a pinch hitter and worked an RBI walk in that lone pinch hit appearance. Williams with a good look at second. The 1-0 in there for a strike at 90 miles per hour at the bottom of the zone. Now 1-1. Richardson on second, Broussard on first. Second baseman Rose, not even worried about the runner on second. He's playing deep in the hole, more towards first. 1-1, roped right over his glove and into right field for a base hit. They'll hold Richardson station to station for everybody, but the first hit of the year for Sergio Gutierrez. How about you run it right back at them? Bases loaded, nobody out. Let's see what Mississippi can do.
First hit of the year is always the sweetest one. This one was, not a bloop shot at all. Hard hit right into right field. We'll see how Brian Williams responds after Webster was able to work out of it, just giving up one after the bases were loaded.
Keenan Taylor's a guy that would certainly like to get going with his bat. He had the great game on Saturday. A 3-run homer. He picked up 4 RBIs, hitting 200 on the season. Picked up a hit in his last at-bat yesterday. First pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Bases loaded, nobody out for Florence. Trailing 2-0 in the bottom of 2. The 1-0 bounces in the dirt, a 2-0 count.
This is the point. You see a couple of hard contacts in this inning. Right around the Broussard hit by pitch, and Williams just gets a little more subconscious about wanting to put a ball in the zone.
Florence certainly with some theatrics last year. A lot of grand slams. 3 from Hank Zeisler. 2-0 to Taylor. Misses outside. A 3-0 count. You think he's got the green light?
Probably not.
The 3-0 pitch misses outside. 4-pitch walk that'll bring in a run for the Yalls. Now trailing 2-1. Gotta love when you get an RBI walk.
Oh, yeah.
Meeting on the mound. A little bit of malfunction on our t-shirts toss. I didn't want to throw any out just for a RBI walk, and I think that's the hesitancy.
That was the hesitancy, and it's my first week, too. And you gave me the go-ahead, so I threw one.
No, we needed someone to throw it. I didn't want to throw one, so I'm glad you did. Normally, I'd be, ready to go. Florence with 10 grand slams last year. 3 from Zeisler. 2 from Hector Nieves. 2 from TJ Reeves. First pitch fouled back from Marcus Brodell.
There goes a beer.
Oh, good thing it's $2.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Let me tell you what, it does say nothing on those nets.
Well, it's there to help you more than anybody else. I mean,
yeah. Hopefully it just didn't get in his lap.
Well, sometimes you got to learn. Sometimes you got to learn the hard way.
0-1 count to Brodell, who also wants to get going at the plate. He's looking for his first professional hit. 0-1 to him, missing downstairs. Was maybe a little happy, swinging right away. After a 4-pitch walk, I never liked swinging at that first pitch right away.
But when you're in a situation like Brodell, where you're still looking for that first base hit, it's been rough. Sometimes you got to attack.
The 1-1 fouls it back, 1-2.
But kind of on the contrary, most people will tell you, let the game come to you.
Nobody out still with the bases loaded. Florence trailing 2-1. Trying to get both runs right back. Williams in some trouble here. Long hold. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Brodell. Check swing goes all the way around. He's down on strike. Second K of the day for Brian Williams.
It's another one, too, that's just way out of the zone.
Certainly trying to find his groove at the plate. Brett Blomquist will step up to the plate. His first time in front of the Florence faithful. Didn't think he's had a bad start to the season. You know, obviously not consistent playing time for Blomquist. Just trying to earn that honor. First pitch to him. Misses outside. I thought he handled himself pretty well in that opening series. You know, was able to get that first hit. Obviously, I think he worked some good walks. He had 3 walks. You know, just 1 hit and 6 at-bats. But, you know, it's his first series in professional baseball. The 1-0. Top of the zone in there for a strike, 1-1.
There's always going to be those growing pains with those guys who just don't have any professional experience. You're also in the middle of a position battle where your counterpart, Garrett Broussard, is raked in the first 6 games.
And Dylan Baker, for that matter, too. That's who he's filling in for today. The 1-1. Misses upstairs, 2-1. In a situation like this, yeah, I was expecting Keenan Taylor, obviously, to swing big if he got anything to hit. But if you're a guy like Brodell and Blomquist, you know, trying to earn a name for yourself in this lineup, line drive up the middle is going to bring in 2. That'll certainly put a smile on manager Toby Hall's face. The 2-1 grounder up the middle and through for a base hit. That'll bring in Broussard. They're going to wave around Gutierrez, who will come in without a throw. A 2-run single from Brett Blomquist. Florence takes a 3-2 lead.
Doesn't have a ton of base hits, but that's one that kind of gets you going so far for Blomquist. Make it a little tough on Toby Hall to see who's going to fill in that third base spot. Just a really mature piece of hitting. Grounder up the middle, putting bat on ball. He turned it over to the top of the lineup, too.
Runners first and second. Now 1 away for Jackson Tucker. Tucker flied out to right field his last time up. That one misses upstairs. Still with some heat there from Brian Williams. It was a double from Zade Richardson to start things. Then a hit by pitch from Garrett Broussard, a single from Gutierrez. That loaded the bases with nobody out. An RBI walk to Taylor, and then a 2-run single from Blomquist. The 1-0, Tucker skies it foul. Gotta love that. I mean, 89, bottom of the zone. Middle in for Tucker. Out of Staten Island, New York. Look at second. The 1-1. Punched foul. Out of play. It's a 1-2 count.
The way that Mississippi's been getting on base, though, and making it a little tough for Webster, it doesn't feel like 5 runs is going to be all we see in this game. So you still have the opportunity with 2 on and 1 out.
No, I think you need every run that you can get right now on this season. Starting 1-4 for Florence. A lot of looks at second from Williams. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Tucker spoils it. We'll do it again, 1-2. Appreciate our fans tuning in, our Florence Y'all's radio network on our YouTube stream, as well as HTN. Proud home of Florence Y'all's baseball and all Frontier League baseball. Three-two Y'alls, bottom half of the second. The 1-2 runs inside, almost hits him. He's able to lay off. 79-mile-per-hour off speed there.
Tucker's another guy that is just going up there, and it feels like he's swinging at everything right now, still looking to kind of break out.
I'd agree. Enters today hitting 182. None of those new guys have shot out the gate yet, besides Liam Alpern on the other side of the ball. He's been a great pitcher so far for Florence. 2-2. That one's cranked out towards left field. Well hit. Furr over towards his left. Is able to make the grab. It's another long fly out from Jackson Tucker. This time pull side. Brings up the captain, Hank Zeisler, with 2 away. Still some ducks on the pond.
Anything in this inning, too, you got it back up to Zeisler, which you're always going to be happy with.
Yeah. Now with his second plate appearance in many innings. First pitch misses outside.
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, 6 games in, we've talked a lot about how Zeisler's been getting these opportunities. He's had a ton of opportunities with guys on, guys at scoring position. He's hitting second. It's not only credit to Shaney Felton, who's usually the leadoff guy, but the 8-9 hitters these last few games have been great, too.
He's got 9 RBIs on the season. Obviously, that's a team high. Helps when you have a 7 RBI game. 2-0 count. 91 inside. He flied out to center his first time around. From the stretch glove at the belt. 2-0 to Zeisler. This is in.
You give him the green light here?
Always. If it's your pitch, I mean, you're not going to hear any complaints from me. .3-0 in there for a strike.
If anybody's got it, Hank's got it.
Yeah, that was middle.
91 mile an hour fastball right down the middle.
Yeah. So it was a red light all the way. Hank is chasing franchise records in pretty much every category. Yeah. And I honestly think he gets to all of them. Maybe not triples.
Triples is the one
Triples
we're really
is the
watching.
one that's, it's like, all right, yeah, he needs a heck of a season. But he'll get to all the others by the end of the year. 3-1, swing and a miss.
That is a gutsy call from Bain behind the plate, but also for Williams to make Zeisler go downstairs, try to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely way out of the zone there and fooled him on the off speed. That shortstop shield playing almost up the middle. Leaves a big hole on the left side. Runners take off. The payoff pitch is fouled away. Yeah, good crowd on hand. A lot down the third baseline. Maybe that's where the school is. Maybe school that came out today.
Yeah.
A lot of them over there. Grant County. It's Grant County Middle School or Elementary School. Little League. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch to Zeisler. Misses outside. That'll load the bases once again. Florence will bring up their 9th batter to the plate in Brendan Bobo. Bases loaded at 2 away, trying to expand on a 3-2 lead.
Williams has just had a hard time. the most disheartening thing, if you're a Mississippi fan too, is you see he starts to settle in a little bit. The strikeout, the 2-run single wasn't like it was a terrible pitch in a hard hit ball. Just a good piece of hitting from Blomquist.
Yeah,
And then you get the fly out. Kind of feels like Webster where maybe he settles in.
Bobo swings and fouls the first pitch away. Now to play. Fan almost made the hat catch. Making you wait for the Tettemer trivia in the top of the third.
I can wait. I'm a winner right now, so I can.
Yeah, as it stands. 0-1. Check swing. Doesn't go around. The 1-1 off-speed misses outside.
This is a real opportunity for Bobo to just gain some confidence. Trying to avoid that sophomore slump.
2-1, swing and a miss. 2-2. Beautiful day at the ballpark for Florence. Hoping to give the fans some more runs. It's a 3-2 Y'all's lead in the bottom of 2. Bases loaded and 2 away. Williams from the stretch kicks the 2-2 pitch to Bobo. Pokes it out towards shallow left field. Furr and Holt are going at it, and it's Shield coming up with it on a very nice play and ends up full extension right after. Florence does strand the bases loaded, but they get 3 across. They take a 3-2 lead as we head to the top of the third. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the third, always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance and visit us today at roarins.com. The Roar Agency brings us our Tettemer trivia. The way it works, I read a question top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. It's rtettemer9 or Florence_Y'alls. Ground ball, base hit up the middle for the 3-hole for Mississippi, Travis Holt. His first hit of the day. And Starts things right back for Evan Webster, who was able to escape some trouble in the second. Did allow 2 runs, but stranded the bases loaded. It's a 3-2 Y'all's lead. They played at 3 in the bottom half of the second. It'd be nice to keep the lead for a little bit here. Brings up Jack Holman, a solo blast last inning on the only pitch he saw. Webster from the stretch, middle of the rubber. First pitch, bounces in the dirt, gets away from Gutierrez, but no movement on the base paths. Are you ready for our Tettemer trivia question of the day?
I was born ready.
Born ready. You're 1-1 right now. The question of the day, always brought to you by the Roar Agency. Since the 2025 All-Star break, who leads all position players in F-WAR? So it's a wins above replacement statistic that is more dependent on minor league available, major league available players. So it's Fangraph system, and it takes just a few more players from minor leagues that are major league ready and, calculates them into it as well. So F-WAR, 2-0 in there for a strike. So who's had a really good season from the second half of last season? Who's just been, dynamite? Second half of last season, now coming into this season. And my hint is they're in the American League.
In the American League. And just position players today. Right?
Just position players. Make sure to comment your guess on the comment section on Twitter or, any way else you can get it to me. You can also comment on the YouTube radio stream in the live chat. I'll be able to see that as well. Shout you out here on the broadcast with your answer. So American League, who leads all position players in F-WAR? It's lowercase f, capital W-A-R. Fangraph's version of wins above replacement.
Fangraphs loves the defense, too.
Yep. That's what I've really got for position players. Measures hitting, base running, defense while also adjusting for the difficulty of their defensive position.
That's why, comparatively, Shohei, when it comes to offensive WAR, it's a little harder to judge because it's DH. Well, we know you can't pick a Philly today.
Haven't I even picked a Philly yet? Just Trey Turner was 1 of 4 as a ground ball. 2-hopper over towards Taylor. Toss the second one. Relay over to first. Not in time. Almost a Taylor-made double play. Florence will just get the one. Jack Holman swaps places with Travis Holt. Fielder's choice 4-6 there.
Yeah, just a little too tough of a hop. Can't really blame this on anybody. The turn could have been quicker for Blomqvist. I don't know if there's a chance, though. I'm not. You're kind of nitpicking there.
So measures hitting, base running, and defense, also adjusting for the difficulty of their defensive position. F-WAR, Fangraphs. From second half of last season.
From the All-Star break, correct?
Yes, from the All-Star break. Who came hot out of the Midsummer Classic in July, and then also started off great this year.
There's just the tough thing about it. Jordan's been the best player in baseball this year. But as a DH, it's tough.
The 1-1 fouls it away.
Cal Raleigh's F4 had to be high. Catcher who had those offensive stats. Top 3 in baseball, I'm sure, last year. The thing, though, is he's been abysmal this year, so I don't think it can be Raleigh.
One-two count, runner on first and one away. The 1-2 pitch, fastball misses inside. I just like the trivia questions. I'm not like a big F war guy, but I like wins above replacement. I think that's a good statistic to follow. 2-2. Misses downstairs.
It's really tough to balance the last year and this year too, because some of the guys that you think about this year and the years they're having, like Ben Rice, didn't do well enough at the end of last year.
He's having a really good start this year, though.
He's been amazing.
Yeah. Payoff pitch, grounder. Left side to Broussard. Toss to second. One. Relay over to first. Not in time once again. 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Florence unable to convert that double play.
Well, I mean, I think we've seen a ton of examples this weekend so far of what speed can do for you. And that's what this Mississippi team is. We knew what it was coming in. And those stolen bases, that was kind of their calling card, led the league in them last year. You always think shortstops when it comes to F4. That's why, like, Bobby Witt's just staying at the top of my mind right now.
Yeah.
You could go to center and talk about it, Byron Buxton.
Before I start reading all the serious guesses, I will shout out Alex Gruber, and obviously saying says obviously it's TC Popcorn.
Well, I thought about him too. Heard I mean, does it take into account doing multiple positions? I heard he was broadcasting and doing PA today.
There you go, yes. Runner takes off at first. That one misses upstairs. Throw down to second. Taylor couldn't hang on to it.
I almost want to throw out a Nick Kurtz. He's been so good this year, and he was really good last year too.
Oh yeah, obviously last year, like half a season or maybe a little bit more than half, 36 home runs. He started off slow this year. That one's fouled back.
But he's been really good recently.
He has been very good recently. I think he's already at like 7 home runs after a pretty slow start.
Can't tell if you're trying to talk me out of that answer or not.
I'll say it's a common answer among the crowd. A lot of people guessing Kurtz. The 1-2. Misses downstairs. I'm not saying that's it.
Right.
I have him in fantasy, so I know that he started bad and then has really picked it up. Since 2025 All-Star break, who leads all position players in F-WAR. Have until the bottom of the third with 2 away. Get your guesses in. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Evan Webster with a nice inning here. Strands a runner at second after the leadoff single. We head to the bottom of 3. Florence trying to expand on a 3-2 lead when we return to the Frontier League Network powered by HTN. Bottom half of the third inning, Florence on top 3-2. Richardson, Broussard, and Gutierrez will lead things off. They started off last inning. They all three came in to score. Good job from Brian Williams to, limit the damage. He was still there with bases loaded and nobody out, was able to work through it. But Alassi is down 3-2. He's returning to the mound here in the bottom of 3. We are playing Tettemer trivia in the inning. Since the 2025 All-Star break, who leads all position players in F-WAR? I hint they play in the American League. Down until the bottom of the third here with 2 outs. Get your guesses in.
I'll narrow it to 3 answers.
3.
Yeah, you'll get the 1 by the 2 outs.
All right, yeah.
Right now, I'm between Judge, Witt, Kurtz.
Judge, Witt, and Nick Kurtz. Got it. That one's fouled away.
It feels like Witt is just the obvious answer. Stuff.
I think Judge eventually has to probably ends up as a designated hitter, right? Like at one point in his career, he'll leave the outfield and just be a DH.
He will at one point.
I think they might have already pulled the trigger if they didn't have a lot of money locked up with Stanton.
Yeah. He's been fine and right. Center fielder was when things got tough 2 years ago.
1-1 swing and a miss. 1-2 count to Richardson. He doubled and started off that second inning.
It just feels like Judge might have to be the answer too. B-War, I think I'd say Judge.
What?
I said B-War, I think I'd say Judge.
B-War, not F-War.
F-War. You could see Mississippi hugging the third base line a little bit more than they were when Richardson came up the first time.
He went Oppo Taco for his home run yesterday. The 1-2. Pokes it down the left field line. Trending foul and out of play.
I mean, he's had some really good swings, though. He's gone down and got some pitches.
Yeah.
Some pitches out of the zone that he's made contact with.
He looked great at the plate. I also am digging the long hair. Has not had long hair in his past few years.
Yeah.
Almost a Josh Naylor type vibe.
Love to see the excitement out of Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Zaid like Josh Naylor.
Josh Naylor has more stolen bases than Corey Seager. He had 30 swipe bags
that's
last
in the past.
year.
I got it right yesterday.
30 swipe bags last year.
He had good.
Almost as much as Trey Turner. It was one of the answers there. The 1-2. Ooh, runs inside. And that's something that happened to Zaid a lot last year. 18 hit by pitches. Always brought to you by Airport Paint and Body. When a life throws a fastball at your ride, they'll smooth it out and get you back in the game. Submit a free estimate online today at airportpaintbody.com.
After this weekend, you're going to memorize that read.
I will. They got to be absolutely enthusiastic about their partnership to start the season. I never even thought about how many hit by pitches there are in a season. It was almost up there with the amount of home runs we had. And I was like, wow, this is pretty absurd. Obviously, Zaid with 18, almost accounting for 20% of them.
I mean, you think about it. They're both a little bit over 1 per game.
Yeah. Brings up Garrett Broussard. Broussard was hit by a pitch his last time up. Came in to score. So runner on first, a 1-0 count, and nobody out. Florence up 3-2. Let's get to some of our guesses. Rich Tettemer was with you. He said another guess, Nick Kurtz. Going over towards our texting here. Got a lot of guesses from my Emerson Baseball group chat. Everyone at first was saying Bobby Witt Jr. 2-0.
I'm gonna lock in Judge.
You're gonna lock in Judge.
Only no outs, but I don't want to talk myself out of it.
All
I just want to go gut feeling here.
Lock in Judge.
Yeah, Judge.
Julio Rodriguez was talked about for a little bit. J-Ram, another guy, 3-0, in there for a strike.
Yeah, J-Ram's a good one.
Andre Padavani said Kurtz as well. And then they started talking about Vladdy Guerrero. Junior Caminero was mentioned. That one's fouled away. Darian Williams with his guess. Got to go to Instagram for this one. He says, gotta be Shea. Shea Langoliers, he means.
I thought about Shea because of this year. He's been really good this year.
Shea Langoliers, obviously the catcher for the Athletics. There's a line drive into right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Two hop towards the right fielder, Wallace.
But it's like, maybe I'm off base here. You've played less games this year than the second half of last year. If you think about comparing Raleigh to Langoliers, Raleigh did it for longer, but again, Langoliers was probably better last year than Raleigh is this year.
Yeah. So that's what we got. We got Langoliers, Bobby Witt, Judge, J-Rod, J-Ram, Caminero, and Vladdy as the...
So no Judges in there?
No, I said Judge.
Okay.
I said Judge. Ground ball right side, scooped up by the first baseman, Holman. He'll run it over himself. That's all he'll do. That is a good job there from Sergio Gutierrez. Does the job to move runners over to second and third. Not going to go down on that in the scorebook, but something mentally, Gutierrez does his job.
And we kind of just glossed over it. Rare Broussard, another base hit. He's on fire to start the year. And it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's just good at bats.
Brings
taking
up,
his pitches.
Brings up Keenan Taylor. RBI walk and stranded at third his last time up. He's got ducks on the pond out there. Runners second and third and one away. First pitch to him. Fastball misses high. Some good guesses, though, and some good activity on our Tettemer trivia. Nothing from the radio stream. I'd like to see some radio stream getting in. Of course, there's only one viewer right now. Special shout out to that viewer on the radio stream. The radio stream doesn't get as much action at home than it does on the road. Obviously, people that are in Florence that are tuning in, coming out to the ball game, mainly. Or they have HTN. So you see a lot more of, hey, the Y'alls are on the road, let me tune in. Don't have HTN, let me listen to the radio stream. 1-1 count to Keenan Taylor. Florence on top 3-2. The 1-1 pitch misses downstairs. 4 hits for the Y'alls, 5 for Mississippi.
Yeah, Williams has just made things a little bit tougher on himself than he would have liked to. This is going to be another one of those starts for Mississippi now where they're going to have to rely on their bullpen a lot of this game.
Yeah. No one warming up over there, but they are throwing the football around in the bullpen. The 2-1 misses upstairs. NFL schedule release day is today.
That's right.
All the schedules coming out. You're a Bengals guy, right?
Huge, yeah.
Huge. You've had your luck in football championships recently, not with the Bengals, but
I can't really complain about anything after this January, and I'll be the first to admit that.
There you go. 3-1. Missing downstairs. Another walk from Keenan Taylor. That loads the bases with one away from Marcus Brodell. We'll talk about another big spot for Brodell. Last time he struck out, but he's been gifted it once again. Bases loaded and one away.
That's all you can ask for a guy who's struggling a little bit right now.
I wonder if there's any talk just to Brodell, like, hey, just simplify things for yourself right now. Don't try and do too much. We know the player you can be. Had a great career at USF. First pitch to him. Misses upstairs. And I like that he's not chasing that. He chased a few pitches. His last at-bat, that obviously led to the strikeout. There's that high fastball. Williams probably remembered that. That's what he chased on last time.
This will be pitch number 72 for Williams coming up.
The 1-0. Grounder right side and foul. Good piece, though. 1-1. I guess we should get to the answer here just in case there is a double play. Hopefully there's not. But we do have a correct answer in the chat. So the 2025 leader since the All-Star break of 2025, the position player that leads all position players in Major League Baseball, although I gave you the hint he was in the AL, in F-WAR, Fangraphs WAR, wins above replacement, 1-1 to Brodell, swing and a miss, bottom of the zone, was none other than the Athletics catcher Shea Langoliers, or as he's now been known as, Bangoliers. Shea Langoliers is your correct answer today, and Darian Williams wins today's Tettemer Trivia. He was right on it. I got to say, I posted it, and he knew it immediately, sending me the Instagram DM there, 1-2. So congratulations to Darian. Obviously cheering on his younger brother today against his former ball club. But D-Will gets the win for Tettemer Trivia. He's 1 for 1. And then I will say Cam Beatty in the Emerson group chat also getting it correct, but not first. It was D-Will first.
Man.
Shea Langoliers. How about that? He had 30-plus bombs last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he started off hot this year.
I guess my logic wasn't sound because of how much better he was last year than Cal Raleigh's been this year.
1-2 misses upstairs. 2-2. Judge is a good guess. Bobby Witt Jr. is a great guess. You know, Kurtz, I don't know how much spin you get, fielding over at first. And, I think he DHs a lot now too. But especially Soderstrom is, taking a lot of reps at first. So all those very good guesses. 2-2, fouls it away. He is hunting the first base line. I'm just glad to see him staying alive here.
He's just early on everything.
Shea Langoliers.
What's the F-WAR since? Do you have the number?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yes, I do. I can tell you who was close as well. So Langoliers at a 4.5 F-WAR, 27 home runs and a 10.02 OPS. 2-2, swing and a miss, blows it by him, top of the zone. Second time Brodell's been sat down on strikes. That's the third K of the day for Brian Williams. Geraldo Perdomo was second at a 4.4, tied with Bobby Witt Jr. So Perdomo was lights out last year.
Now I literally sat here thinking, I didn't even think about him. That's because
but that was NL. Yeah, that was the NL. So I give you the hint. So Corbin Carroll was third, technically, after the tie between Witt and Perdomo. Big swing and a miss from Brett Blomquist. Aaron Judge 5 and Kurtz 6.
Fifth.
Bryce Terang was right after that at 4, and Otani 3.7. Pretty amazing, though.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. The 0-1, swing and a miss from Blomquist. Let me tell you what, Geraldo Perdomo, in phenomenal year last year. He has not had the same stuff this year, but phenomenal last year. That really carried the way last year. Because he just hasn't got off to that start this year. But he finished third in MVP voting in the National League. The 0-2 to Blomquist. This is upstairs. He came through last time. 2-run single, just a bouncer up the middle. He's got the bases loaded once again and 2 away. Florence on top 3-2. The 1-2 pitch, watches it downstairs and gets away from the catcher. Richardson will come in to score, and Florence takes a 4-2 lead. A wild pitch there from Brian Williams. But that's needed. 2 strikes on Blomquist. You didn't know if he would come through. I guess I'll hold on to this one as other people are already throwing them out. Again, you never want to throw it out on a walk or a wild pitch.
Yeah, I'm hanging on to this one for a blast or something. All runs matter, though. All the same on the scoreboard.
Yes. 2-2 count with 2 away. Runners second and third. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Blomquist. He skies it out towards center field, sending Booker all the way to the wall, and banging into the wall, he makes the grab to end the inning. That was a long fly out from Brett Blomquist. He certainly gave it a ride, but Florence not able to push anything else across. They get one. It's a 4-2 lead as we head to the top of the fourth. When we return to the Frontier League Network powered by HDN, Ben Howler has the mic.
Top of the fourth, Mississippi down a couple of runs here in Florence. Right back at Thomas More Stadium, the rubber match. Y'all's in the driver's seat. Evan Webster, they got their race back on the mound, and they'll face the bottom third of the Mississippi lineup. Nathan Rose, they'll start things off in the fourth. Takes a pitch right down the middle for a strike. Walked in his first at bat. That was when Webster was really going through some trouble. Just caught a piece of that outside corner at 83.
I like the movement on that slider from Webster.
Pretty solid first and third innings. He started the second inning off. Solo home run, infield single, walk, RBI single. That brought in 2 runs. 0-2 pitch here, throwaway pitch, way high and outside. Rose left it alone. But he got 2 straight strikeouts with the bases loaded and nobody out. And then a fly out to left. 1-2 pitch in that same spot off the plate. It's even now to Rose. Was part of the Seattle Mariners organization a couple of seasons ago before playing last season for the Sioux City Explorers. Popped high, foul territory. Zeisler gives it a check over down the line. Won't have a chance, sits into the balcony. Oh. If he can complete this inning, Webster would tie that 4-inning start on Thursday of opening day for his longest start. 2-2 pitch again. This time runs inside. It's full. So good bounce back for Rose. Started 0-2. Now it's full. Just 4 plate appearances for Rose coming into this game. Not an everyday starter. He was 1 for 4 in him. Payoff pitch. Popped up high. Deep right field. Brendan Bobo waving the center fielder off. It'll make the play in front of the warning track for out number 1. Having to deal with some shadows over there in right field too.
Certainly. It's like the only section still showing sun.
That's right on that edge too. So right center is going to be that only spot. Just shining on the Once Upon a Child and Community Trust Bank wall signs. Here's the 8-hitter Slater Shield. 1 gone, nobody on. He takes the first pitch right down the middle of the plate for a strike. 81-mile-an-hour curveball. Shield brings a .300 batting average in the first 5 games into this game. That's before that RBI single back in the second. Fastball in. He hit 9th in the lineup the first 2 games of the series. Moved up just 1 spot to 8, but he keeps hitting like this. He might just keep inching up and up in the lineup. He's not somebody they expected a ton of offensive production from. Check swing. He left a curveball outside alone.
I mean, you got enough speed there with Skinner and Booker, and then you get the power with Holt and Holman. But I think he does make sense in, a 5 spot. But I do see the play with having him as that, second leadoff batting 9th.
2-1 off the end of the bat, tailing middle or shallow center field, and Tucker's just going to let that drop in for a 1-out base hit. And this is the first time here at Thomas More Stadium we're not seeing Shady Felton center.
Yeah.
It's Tucker.
Second hit of the day for Shields.
Yeah, Shields 2 for 2. Make him 5 for 9 on the series. He has been one of the better players of the series for Mississippi. He's enjoyed this trip to Florence. Now Gray Bain, just his second at-bat of this series. 1 on, 1 out. 4-2 Florence lead here at the top of the 4th. Webster deals the first pitch. Fastball blown by Bain. Split his college career in the SEC at Mississippi State. Got more of his playing time once he transferred to Incarnate Word, where he was a platoon catcher in his final season there. Fastball just gets a piece of the outside corner. Bain's down 0-2.
Tell you what, these binoculars we got certainly help. I can tell you that Tristan House is warming up in the bullpen for Mississippi. That is number 27 this time. I can confirm.
Webster throws over to first. We had that wrong with, who was it, McCartney, who was actually on the mound on Tuesday.
Yes.
A couple innings of relief against Florence.
Well, let me make sure I do have that right. Who was it? It's number 27. Yes. So that's actually Braden Forsyth.
Forsyth.
Braden Forsyth.
Fastball top of the zone, just missed. Forsyth also saw him on Tuesday.
Just taking the guess there at 27. I thought I remembered that as Tristan House. No, that is Braden Forsyth.
He's going to be one of the more high leverage guys for Mississippi. They're going to use him a lot this year. 1-2 count, kicks and fires. Beautiful breaking ball. Called strike 3 on the outer third. He froze Gray Bain. He'll walk back to the dugout.
5th strikeout of the day, second time putting down Bain.
Yeah, it's 5 of them now for Webster. Just the second looking. The other guy who went down looking was the man at the plate, Braylon Skinner. It was a call that you could tell Skinner really was not happy with. And Skinner's a tough guy to strike out. Comes into this game with a .563 batting average through the first 5 before he sees a pitch, throw over to first. Got Slater Shield on first. Now 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
Here's some speed on speed here. Shield and Skinner.
And runner takes off for second. Fastball's in there. Throw on to second is not in time. 1 hops all the way to the shortstop, Blomqvist. And that 1 hop may have been the difference to get Shield in safely. So man at scoring position for Mississippi. Don't need both runs now. A lot of baseball left to be played. But that pitch was a strike. It was just the first of the AB. 0-1 here on the Mississippi DH. The 1 pitch grounded through the left side for a base hit. It's hard to left, so a stop sign at third for Shield. Throw comes in quickly from Brodell, who was not playing deep and left. So they're on the corners now with 2 outs. One of those singles that was hit just so hard in the right spot that couldn't get him home from second.
I think that's what they were hoping for, too, a Shield at first. That's why they really wanted to get that stolen base there. They were thinking a single, maybe, let's squeak one out with 2 outs. We can get a run across and just hit too hard at Brodell.
So now on the top of the 4th, game-tying run stands on first base. On the corners, 2 outs. Florence 4-2 lead, but Mississippi out-hitting Florence now 7-4. Here's Kyle Booker. First pitch curveball, just a bit above the letters for a ball.
Hey, what I am locked in on the strike zone with these binoculars.
You think you got a good view on it?
I got a great view.
Well, you can grade Jeff Osborne. Couple of hops right to second base. Keenan Taylor, awkward pickup, but throws in time to first base for out number 3. Couple more get on for Mississippi, but Evan Webster strands them after 2 base hits, nothing across at the top of the fourth. Florence 4, Mississippi 2, going to the bottom of the fourth. The Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Kids run about done now, and we head to the bottom of the fourth. Mississippi will stick with Brian Williams out for his 4th inning of work. It took him 81 pitches to get through the first 3. With that being said, only 4 runs given up in those 3 innings. Obviously not great for the ERA, but considering how much traffic has been on the pace paths, Williams been able to work around a lot of it, but he'll have a tough task. Top of the lineup, but it's already the 3rd time through for the Florence offense. Jackson Tucker, Hank Zeisler, Brendan Bobo will all face the 6'4" right-hander. Tucker's put pretty good bat on ball. His first 2 at-bats, a fly out to right and to left.
The Eagles got to play on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve this year. I was telling you, I hate playing on the holidays. Because once you lose, you just...
It ruins it.
If you lose, it ruins your day. Ruins your day.
And win makes it so much better, but I do think the day's already great enough that you don't need the win. So I actually do understand the sentiment a lot more.
No, but you don't want the loss, sir. Thanksgiving, I just can't have a loss to the Cowboys.
Jackson Tucker, 0 for 2 so far. Brian Williams works out of the stretch to start the bottom of the 4th. Fastball up and away on the first pitch to Tucker.
Would you be surprised if I told you I had some family that are Cowboys fans?
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised.
None of them Tettemer blood.
Okay. Are they from Dallas?
No.
1-0 fastball low and outside. Tends to happen with a lot of the Cowboys
No,
fans.
they're just, yeah, that's true. Something just was wrong with them. I don't know if they hit their head as a child or really just had nothing else to root for in life.
2-0, swing and a miss from Tucker. Another one right down the middle of the zone. Tucker, this time early on a breaking pitch.
I guess he's not family yet. My sister's marrying one of them. Why? I have no idea.
2-1, fastball called a strike. So are you gonna go to the wedding or not?
I'm the officiant.
You're the officiant. Wow, I don't know.
And I'm gonna pull out some Kelly Green at the podium.
Yeah, just a straight, just Jalen Hurts jersey at
Yes.
the podium while you're officiating a wedding.
Yeah, that's in October.
Counts even at 2-2 here on Tucker. Wow, I'm excited. That sounds like a good officiant right there.
Yes, it'll be great.
2-2 pitch, hit hard, right at the shortstop shield. That one looks like it was going to hang up a little bit, but just died once it got to the middle of the infield. A couple of back steps later, shielded shortstop at outfield grass, able to haul it in for out number 1. One of the ones that looked a lot harder off the bat
Yes.
than it really was.
Yep, 65 there, but it's actually a lot of the I think all three that Tucker's had today looked really good off the bat,
Yeah.
sounded good, and then, they just die out there.
That's the first out here in the fourth. And it's the second time in this game that Williams starts an inning off with an out. Now a way early foul ball from Hank Zeisler on a pitch inside. Zeisler, despite the offensive success for Florence, still looking for his first base hit. Did walk last inning, 0 for 1. Led this Florence team last year. It'd be easier to name the categories he didn't lead it in. Batting average, on base percentage, OPS, home runs, RBIs, doubles, walks. Not stolen bases, though, even though we did have 13 of them. This one chipped right into shallow right, but this time the second baseman, Rhodes, has got it at outfield grass. A couple of pops to the infielders so far, each to middle infielders, and Williams has his second best start to an inning so far. It did go 1-2-3 in the first, and I remember thinking, he looked really good in that first inning. But the second he ran into some trouble in the second with a double and a hit by pitch, that's when Florence just kept piling on. Trying to get his second 1-2-3 inning for the three-hitter Brendan Bobo. Fastball just inside. 4-2 Y'all's lead, bottom of the fourth. Bobo 0 for 2. Strikeout and pop up into no man's land a couple of innings ago, but Shield came out of nowhere to rob it in shallow left. This time Williams comes back outside and misses that way too, 2-0.
See a lot of people with the sweet buckets going around here. It's good to see.
2-0, Bobo off the end of the bat, but hard into right. Wallace is going over, and that's going to drop and one hop the wall. Bobo rounding first, a standing double into second as Booker throws it back in. He's got his first base hit of the ball game, a 2-out double.
That double always brought to you by Taco Mama. It's always a good time for a margarita. Go visit them in Union, right off of US Route 42. Yeah, 95 off the bat from Bobo, splits the gap. Good piece of hitting. It's got to feel good for him.
Yeah, man, that one hit, one hopped the very top of the wall, too.
Yep.
That's about as close to a gradual double you're going to see.
For something I didn't think we'd talk about so much here in, the first series in Florence, I feel like we've seen the yellow strip of that top wall with a lot of action.
We have. That was, again, that little sliver that's in the sun, too, so it was kind of hard to see. It's not really the field in the sun anymore, just the wall on that one section.
From Bobo as well. It was actually his home run.
It was. Now you got to face Richardson, who's going after the first pitch. It's downstairs, swing and a miss. It's been on both times of the double, then got hit in the third inning. Came around to score on a wild pitch just an inning ago. 1-0, takes it, punches it foul the opposite way.
Really, really late on that. He was waiting on that off speed to get down. And it's a good swing.
Bit defensive, too, once he saw it get deep on him. So Williams got himself an 0-2 count. Got to think this will be the last inning for Brian Williams, no matter what happens. Waiting pitch number 95 of the game. And all things considered, if he can get out of this here with an out, 4 runs is not doable with all the guys that he led on base. Looks at second, no one holding him on. 0-2 pitch. Richardson, grounder, right at third. Couple of hops. Holt picks it up and throws across the diamond for out number 3. That was one of Williams' best innings so far, and that will likely be the day for him. Florence can't get anything across, even with the Bobo double in the home half of the fourth. Still, y'all's lead 4-2 right here on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Top of the fifth inning, 4-2 Florence lead here at Thomas More Stadium over the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Florence looking for their first series win of the young 2026 campaign. Rory Tettemer alongside Ben Haller. Rory, your key to the game was for Evan Webster to get to that fifth inning and complete it. It would be his longest start of the year, and he is in the fifth to start it. Gets a pop-up early of Travis Holt. Shallow center. Jackson Tucker comes on to make the play.
Yeah, he'll be helped out by that. Just 2 pitches for that first out. We do see Chase Hopewell warming up in the bullpen. I think that's in case Webster gets into any trouble here, but hopefully he can just go seamless.
Well, Williams got near 100 pitches. He's probably done. Webster is now at 87 after that pop-up. So
I got to tell you, no one's warming up in that Mississippi pen. They sat down Forsyth.
Here's the cleanup man, Jack Holman. 1 for 2 with that solo shot. That'd be tough to believe.
Yeah, that'd be pretty shocking.
But hey, they say Brian Williams is a workhorse. Just eat another inning. Be big for him.
In the moment, you don't feel
right
100 pitches.
1-0
it's the
pitch.
next day.
Fastball on the outside part. So, well, Brian Williams is going to feel it either way.
Yeah.
Whether it comes out of the game this inning or not. Webster fires a 1-1, and Holman pops it up. Shallow right. Long run for a few outfielders. Now it's the right fielder, Bobo, right on the line. Grabs it with a couple of hands. And I don't know what the bit is here, but 2 pop-ups to the outfield. Tucker and Bobo have both bounced the ball back to the infield. 1 hop to the infielders who are near them to get the ball back in.
I think they did that a few times last year, but yeah, just having some fun.
Tucker's was especially funny because he was right there. And I at first I was like, did the ball slip out of his hand there or something? Nonetheless, 2 down for Webster. First pitch, cold strike on the inner part. Now to Caston Furr, infield single. Bounced into a 5-4 fielder's choice. Did a lot with the speed in the 3rd inning. Furr did. 0-1, opposite way down the right field line. Bobo sprinting over to try to make a play. It's out of the field and into the lawn.
Kid zone.
Kid zone. What do you know? Webster now ahead of the count, 0-2 again. It's the first time this game Webster has retired the first 2 batters of an inning.
Kid zone getting some good play over there.
We've got some balls. Be careful over there, kids. The 0-2 pitch jammed high, out of play behind home plate. Again, falling into the seats. Now some kids who are not in the kid zone are going to try to get this one.
They got on the back of their shirt, Lil Rascals.
They're acting like it. Kicks and fires the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just outside.
And
we've seen delayed ring-ups from Osborne, so.
Certainly not as emphatic as Bosk yesterday. No, he's been late. You got to hold it there.
It feels like the first ball of the inning that Webster has thrown. Can't be more than the 2nd or 3rd. Still ahead in the count, 1-2. Fouled the opposite way again.
He's able to go 1, 2, 3 here. That'd be a great job. I mean, 3, 4, 5. Started the inning with 87 pitches. He'll end up right around 100. He's able to get out of it soon.
They got him at 95 at this point right now. Another 1-2 pitch. This one's in the dirt. Threw a curveball right at the plate. 80 miles an hour. Furr's another one of those many Mississippi hitters who's having a great weekend. With the infield single today, now 4 for 8 in those series. This one grounded to the left side of the infield, picked up on a backhand by Blomquist. Throw to first, it's off the glove of Zeisler. That'll trickle to the backstop. Gutierrez is there to back him up. Courtesy tag to the runner. He did not make a turn towards second. I think, Rory, if you have that correctly, you are going to rule that an error. And of course, all errors this season are brought to you by GP Editing. Don't make any mistakes with GP Editing. Call Greg Peterson today at 513-512-0300. That's 513-512-0300.
Yeah, tough play, but I think the throw there beats him if it was online.
I think so too. I would love to go back and see how much of the ball hit Zeisler's glove.
Felt like a lot.
That's my question. I think it's an error. I just don't. I think you can make an argument for an E3. I'd have to see it again, though. That'll prompt a meeting on the mound. I'm not sure if this is a little bit more geared towards the defense after Furr gets on. There was 2 quick outs there for Webster here at the top of the 5th. Well, it brings up Landon Wallace. The right fielders struck out and walked today. Fouls one back to the backstop. He's still looking for his first base hit of the season. Wallace is someone who, he was all the way up in AAA as recently as 2024. That's 2 seasons ago, playing for Salt Lake City, the Bees of the Angels organization. Takes the 0-1, hits it high into center. Tucker on his horse back and finally gets to settle under it. Gloves it for out number 3. So, defensive miscue lets a runner on base, but Evan Webster works around it through 5. He has been great. 4-2 Florence lead. Heading to the bottom of the 5th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. The All-Star, talking to some young fans on the concourse as we're halfway home in game number 3 of the series between Florence and Mississippi. Florence in the driver's seat 4-2 over the Mud Monsters. Ben Heller alongside Rory Tettemer. And what do you know, Mississippi will send Brian Williams back out to the mound for inning number 5. You were right. They didn't have anybody warming up, and Williams is at 98 pitches.
Wow.
He'll face the middle of this Florence lineup, 5-6-7. Broussard, Gutierrez, then Keenan Taylor. But you surprised by this decision?
Yeah. You don't often see someone go over 100 pitches, especially this early in the season.
If it makes it any better, I beg your pardon. I was looking at Webster's at 98, Williams at 94. So
right,
still will probably go over 100. And is there, you got the binoculars, is there much going on in the Mississippi bullpen? Doesn't look like it.
Someone is warming up. That's number 28. And that would be Tristan
There we
House.
go. We finally get Tristan House. Here's Garrett Broussard, 1-for-1 single and hit by a pitch back in the second. Makes a first pitch, breaks his bat, fouls it right to the Mississippi dugout. Boy, we have seen a lot of broken bats, a lot of lost bats in this series. So Broussard will have to make the slow walk back to the Florence dugout to pick out a new bat. Scoring change. I believe we rule that last play that Caston Fur got on base, originally an error. I think we're going to rule that a single.
Yeah.
You can still go to GP editing for your errors, though. Don't make an error with GP editing.
Half of this is also getting GP editing their spin.
Breaking ball outside. There's no infield base hit read, so.
Although, don't tempt me.
It's 1 ball, 1 strike here on Broussard. Fastball right down the middle of the plate. Broussard left it alone. I'll say Williams' velocity hasn't really dropped down too much now that he's, coming up on 100 pitches. Something else, too, you think, all right, couple days off in between these two series, there's an extra day rest. No, Mississippi, because of those 2 days off, have started the season with a 4-man rotation. This grounder opposite way, right at Rose, who has no issues picking it up and throwing it over to first for out number 1.
I also, Mississippi, the travel day, it's not as much as a day off when it's an 11-hour drive, to Florence. So that they have to play with that just a little bit, but that's, like it for every series for them. They're always traveling far.
Down east is a little bit in that same boat, too, having to travel far almost anywhere they go.
Colton Martinez, their broadcaster, not joining us. He's doing everything remote, but, I can understand why.
Yeah, that's a lot of traveling.
It's a lot of traveling.
First pitch below the knees here to Gutierrez for a ball. Single and a ground out to first.
Oh, my gosh. Look at all the Sun Cruisers right near the y'all's dugout. These guys had them all on top. Now they're bringing them down. These guys have been killing Sun Cruisers.
Gutierrez fouls one back.
It was almost 10 up there.
It's a Sun Cruiser kind of night, I guess. Thirsty Thursday, but
I don't think Sun Cruisers
are included. I mean, it's domestic cans. I
don't think Sun Cruisers domestic. Someone just spending the money on Sun Cruisers for the love of the game. And they are amazing. They are good. That's my drink of choice on the golf course.
1-1 count now on Gutierrez after the foul ball. The switch hitting catcher. The only switch hitter on this roster for Florence. Fastball that was down the middle of the plate. It was dropped by Bain, so a late strike call from Osborne, but a strike call nonetheless to put Williams ahead. He went 5 innings in his first start. Doesn't have the total number of pitches, but only 3 walks and 2 hits. Can't imagine it was too close to what we're seeing today now that he's given up 5 base hits and walked a few batters.
Some game notes do include the pitches.
1-2, it was way outside. Gutierrez, though, defensive swing, fights it off right over the Florence dugout. It'll stay alive at the count.
Mine do not. My game notes do not. Never really felt the need to talk about pitches later.
You can start to make an assumption. Say, hey, 3 walks, 2 base hits, in 5 innings. Not sure if that's more than 100 pitches. Fastball almost hit Gutierrez. Just got out of the way. It'll run the count even. It's his 3rd start behind the plate. That's been probably the most even split on this Florence team so far in terms of playing time. But to be expected, your catcher usually is. 6 games now, 3 starts for Gutierrez, 3 starts for Beadle. 2-2, swing and a miss. Gutierrez went after it outside. 2 down in this 5th for Williams. So he's settled in these last couple of innings. He got the first 2 out in order. Bobo then followed that up in the bottom of the 4th with a double before getting Richardson to ground out. We'll see what Keenan Taylor can do to keep the bottom of the 5th alive. It is a 4-2 Florence lead here at Thomas More Stadium. Taylor goes after the first pitch. Again, swing and a miss. Pitch that I'm not sure was in the zone. Still looking for his first official at bat. He's walked twice. The Purdue grad. This one cranked hard through the left side for a base hit. Right in the middle of Shield and Holt. Furl finally throw it back into the infield. And Taylor's got his first base hit of the game. He's been on all 3 times. It's his second hit in as many games. Pretty similar to last innings. 2-man out to start for Williams. Then a base hit. Marcus Brodell with a runner on first and 2 outs. First pitch below the knees. Last 5 plate appearances for Brodell have been 5 strikeouts. That goes back to a start where he only got 3 at-bats against these same Mud Monsters on Tuesday. Way early on a foul ball, now the first base line, 1-1. He was then pinch hit for by Jackson Tucker. You see a decently even split between those 2 guys for the third outfield spot. Now you get 1 start for Brodell, 1 start for Tucker. They both start today with Tyler Schoenfeld on the shelf with an illness today. Tucker a little speedier, he plays center. Williams out of the stretch for the 1-1, right down the plate. Called strike. Brodell left it alone. Taylor is dancing around over at first base. He's yet to pick up his first stolen base of the season. It's not going to be the faster second baseman that you see, but still a guy who has the ability to swipe some bags. Williamson shakes off a couple of signs. Still waiting for the 1-2. Righty on lefty matchup with Brodell. Fastball, jaws high for ball 2. This is it for Mississippi. Florence stays home. They'll face Evansville again. 2 of their first 3 series of the 26 campaign will be against the Otters before they go back on the road for their first series with Washington next week. A lot of weekends at home on the opening month for the Yalls. Soft, awkward toss for Williams over to first base. Taylor's just a step off the bag. He will slide in, though. Not sure if he needed the slide, but better safe than sorry. Finally comes home with a 2-2. Breaking ball up. Counts it out full on Brodell. Still looking for his first base hit of the year. He could really use it. And I believe with Gutierrez singling back in the second inning, he's the last Yall to record a base hit. This one's hit hard, high, deep to right. Wallace at the wall looking up, and he can't get there. How about your first hit in style? Marcus Brodell, welcome to Florence.
That's got to feel good for the rookie. 106 off the bat, 360 in distance.
It's 6-2 Yalls, 2-out production, back-to-back base hits, a single for Taylor and a home run for Marcus Brodell, and the Yalls have doubled their lead. And just like that, Rory, every Yall's got a base hit this year.
That's great to see.
Start to wonder if fatigue's a factor for Williams. First pitch is on the outside corner to the 9-hitter Brett Blomquist, who flied out pretty deep to center his last time up. Booker had to crash into the wall in kind of an awkward fall after he did so. Big swing and a miss. Williams goes fastball, back-to-back pitches, and Blomquist down to the count. Now, Blomquist was the one who got the scoring started, a 2-run single in the second. Just a grounder right back up the middle. 0-2 pitch, throwaway pitch outside in the dirt. So Williams gave up, he did give up 5 runs in that first start. Again, only, it was either 1 or 2. Only one of those was earned. This game, different story though. All 6 will be earned for the 25 Frontier League All-Star. This one's grounded through the left side of the infield again for a base hit. Blomquist has his second base hit of the day. It's the 3rd straight hit for y'all's hitters. How about 7, 8, and 9 going single, home run, single. And the top of the lineup, Williams is about to face it for a 4th time if he stays in this game. And now there is going to be a meeting on the mound with Mississippi headman Jay Pxp, and he'll make that motion towards the bullpen. That's it for Brian Williams. Could not get out of the 5th inning, and Florence adds on to the lead. Marcus Brodell, his first home run as a Y'all. It's 6-2 Florence. Don't go anywhere. I got good baseball right here on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM.
Back here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, Florence with a 6-0 lead over the, or 6-2 lead over the Mississippi Mud Monsters. The new pitcher out for Mississippi will be Tristan House. Finally, we get him, right? That's a Hooves Hangout pitching change. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. 2 away with a runner on first, and the batter will be Jackson Tucker.
Yeah, obviously you could see the numbers there. House, his first appearance didn't quite go his way. He'll come in with a runner on first, but 2 outs in the inning. So just needs 1. It's the top of the Florence lineup with Tucker. First pitch is right back up the middle. That'll get into center for a base hit. Boy, Florence just putting bat on ball. A lot of singles today.
Yeah.
That is now their 10th base hit. Runner moves up to second. Couple on with 2 outs. Brings up Hank Zeisler, too. Always dangerous. House in his first appearance. That was against Gateway back on Saturday. Give up a couple of earned runs in just an inning and a third. First pitch to Zeisler is low. Williams is still responsible for the runner on second, but as it stands, it's 4 2/3 of 6 earned run baseball. 8 hits, walked 3 batters, did strike out 4. And it's much of an improvement, though, for Florence. They struck out 18 times yesterday. Obviously, this game far from over.
Yeah.
House misses again off the plate.
How about the 3 rookies in a row? A 2-run shot from Marcus Brodell. Brett Blomquist with a single, and Jackson Tucker on the first pitch. He sees single up the middle.
3 guys that are fighting for spots and would really love to keep this success going.
Yeah.
It was Tucker's first base hit of the day, and Brodell's first of the season. Fastball below the knees, and Zeisler's been started off 3-0 here. Hank Zeisler is the only starter today for Florence without a base hit. You're not going to say that often when 8 guys have a base hit. Hank's not one of them. Get me over fastball right at the knees for a strike. But 1 hit for everybody. Hank has 0. And it's Brett Blomquist, the 9-hitter, the only one with 2. That's how you get to 9 base hits. 3-1, popped up, left field. Fur, couple steps to his right, and will camp under it. He's got it, fighting the lights for out number 3. New pitcher on the mound. Florence gets a base hit, but with 2 outs, can't get anything across. But it's Marcus Brodell with a 2-run shot to double Florence's lead. 6-2 going to the 6th inning. Rory Tettemer back on the mic on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Top half of the 6th inning, we got a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change. With the new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh and never frozen. Chase Hopewell, the right-handed pitcher, in for Evan Webster, who leaves after 5 innings of work, qualifies for the win. As the score stands right now, the Y'all's on top 6-2. 5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the southpaw Webster. Nice quality start here at Thomas More Stadium. Night sky and the lights are on. Our call for the lights always brought to you by Class Jewelers. Our diamond shining bright thanks to our friends at Class. Head on over to 7365 Burlington Bike Florence for all your jewelry needs, or call them today at 859-525-7500. Nathan Rose, Slater Shield, and Gray Bain will start things off for Mississippi. That's a 7-8-9 against Chase Hopewell. Just 1 action so far for Hopewell. Did not go his way. That was the 9th inning loss. Another walk-off for the Evansville Otters. Hopewell came on in tough spot. Ended up getting just a 1/3 of an out. First pitch blows it by him there. We know he's got high 90s stuff on that fastball. 97 right there, and a swing and a miss from Nathan Rose.
He's got the high 90s. He's also got the flow.
He does have
long blonde hair.
the Thor, yeah, Noah Syndergaard. 0-1. Drops that hammer in there for a strike at 96.
Yeah, you could tell first 2 pitches that Rose just doesn't know what to do with it. A couple of fastballs faster than anything he's seen all day. 96 on that one. The question is, can Hopewell locate it?
Yeah, the former Phillies farmhand, Hopewell, with the 0-2 swing and a miss. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Gasses him up at 97.
If it stays in the zone, that's one where you could just tell Rose never had a chance in that at-bat.
He did not. He did not. Hopewell went a 1/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts in that walk-off loss to the Evansville Otters. But we saw him during exhibition play. He looked very good. Acquired from Joliet in the trade this past season for Armani Smith. First pitch to Slater Shield. Grounds it on one hopper that Blomquist can't come up with. High hopper, he charged at the bottom and tried to pick it up on the back end. It's one he probably wants to have back. That'll be a base hit. Didn't touch the glove of Blomquist.
Yeah, it's always one of those tough ones where you're also, because it's such a high chopper, you have such a high urgency to pick it up and throw to first.
So runner on first and one away. Gray Bain will be the batter. He struck out twice today. Top of the six always brings us our this state in baseball history. First pitch misses downstairs on the fastball. State in baseball history, May 4th, all years of baseball history. Got some good things that have happened on this date. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. May 14th, 1886, Charles Comiskey, player manager of the Browns, prevents a double play by running full tilt into red second baseman Bid McPhee, enabling the Browns to win 2-1. Cincinnati fans are irate, but the American Association umpire allows the play. Just ran right into him.
I don't want to be wrong, but I think Bid McPhee is something like one of the Reds' first Hall of Famer.
Huh.
There's something.
Bid McPhee.
Yeah.
Getting a shout out here on the Y'all's broadcast. Hopefully it was okay after Comiskey tackle.
It was so unfair, I'll tell you what.
Some Walter Johnson things. 1-1 in there for strike 1 and 2. 1913, Walter Johnson gave up a run in the fourth inning against St. Louis to end his streak of 56 scoreless innings. And then in 1920, he recorded his 300th victory with a 9-8 win over the Detroit Tigers. So Walter Johnson owns May 14th. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball barely gets a hang of it and fouls it away.
Must be his birthday or something.
How about this? 1988, Jose Oquendo became the first non-pitcher in 20 seasons to get a decision, taking the loss in the 19th inning when Ken Griffey's two-out, two-run double led the Atlanta Braves over the St. Louis Cardinals 7-5.
Wow.
So a position player.
Getting a loss.
The 1-2 misses upstairs.
I did see that in a double game, or a double-A game, I think, a few weeks ago. It was like, a huge go-ahead double in like an 8-8 game, something like the 6th or 7th inning, and it was a position player on the mound of a tie game in the late innings. Just ran out of pitching, I guess.
Here's the 2-2 swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout of the inning. That time, 84 miles per hour. He slowed it down with an off-speed. Back up to the top of the order for Braylon Skinner.
Yeah, that's vintage Chase Hopewell right there. '84, top of the zone. Breaking ball still. It's got good velocity on it.
First pitch, skies it down the left field line. That's going to send Brodell all the way to the wall. He leaps and can't come up with it. A two-run shot from Braylon Skinner. That one kept carrying. That makes this a 6-4 ball game.
Yeah, this game is not over. That one did keep carrying, but you could tell Brodell immediately saw that he had to go back. It's always tough to see if they robbed that or not with the lights and how far we are, but gave it a pretty good effort. A little bit of a wall scraper there for Skinner, but boy, is he showing that he can just do it all.
Oh, yeah.
That is now 8 for 13 on the series for Braylon Skinner.
What about power against power? I mean, that was 95 that he's able to turn on.
Well, I mean, that's some of the downsides of a high-velocity pitcher like that. It provides so much of the power for you. So you put your bat on it.
Mm-hmm. First pitch misses downstairs with Kyle Booker. That makes this 6-4. Not just a two-run ball game.
Yeah, this game is just not over. Florence still's got a lot asked for their bullpen.
1-0. That one skied out towards deep left center field. Tucker all the way to the warning track to the wall, and that's out of here. or bouncing off the top. Let's see what they call that. And they are going to say a home run. Did come back into play, and Booker went back to touch first. Back-to-back jacks. It's 6-5.
Another one of those awkward plays with the wall behind the wall that can sometimes make for weird bounces, but it's the exact same thing. It's the power on power. Hopewell's got to find ways to just miss bats a little more. I mean, you are just living dangerously when you're throwing that fast and your fastball doesn't have a ton of ride on it.
Yeah. They're going to try and warm up Max Whitesell very quickly.
I mean, just middle on that one on the replay.
Yeah. 95 in, 99 out. Brings up Travis Holt. He's 1 for 3. Seen a lot of home runs this game, not from Florence. They got the 3 home runs for Mississippi, just the 1 for the Y'alls. 2-run shot, obviously, by Marcus Brodell last inning. A 1-run ball game. We're right back in this one. 6-5 Y'alls lead. All this with 2 away.
There's a couple of things. You're hoping to Hopewell could get you a couple of innings. And he looked really good through the first couple of at-bats. You're also hoping to just get Hopewell's confidence back up after a rough first outing.
Yeah, certainly.
But now he's got a long way to work back after these first 2. How about Mississippi out hitting Florence now, 11-9?
Yeah, that's wild. They got a lot of hits against Webster.
They did.
0-1, high hopper over towards the third baseman, Broussard. Throw on to first is in time, and that will end the inning. Not before 3 runs come across for Mississippi to make this a ball game. It's 6-5 Y'alls as we head to the bottom of the 6th. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Back here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, Florence trying to get those runs right back. They're on top 6-5, but a lot closer than one would hope. Brendan Bobo will lead things off. He's 1 for 3 today, doubled his last time up. Still Tristan House on the mound for Mississippi. The righty House delivers the first pitch, and Bobo pokes it out towards right field. That's going to drop in for a leadoff single. Might have been a broken bat there. Didn't sound totally pure.
Yeah, Florence got to keep pouncing. we saw the ability that Mississippi has to change the game with one swing of the bat. I'll tell you what, though, that first home run of the season for the team came yesterday. They've had, 3 of them now in this game? So 4 on the season. 75% of them have come today.
I'm telling you, their Trustmark Park is big. It's deceptively big is what it is.
Only one trip there for Florence this year.
Yes.
It's 4th of July, though. That'll be fun.
4th of July. Hopefully it's fun. The last time I was there was, got one game in and then the rest got rained out. Be driving in from Windy City or, just Chicago in total. So hopefully.
It's a long trip.
Yep. Yes, it is. The 1-0 bounces in the dirt.
Holiday traffic, too, going through Chicago.
Oh, I'd be upset. On those long bus rides, I actually, it was the one from Canada last year. I go, there's no way I'm making this in the seat. And a lot of people do this, but blanket down on the ground, you get a pillow, and then you're just sleeping on the bus ground. That one's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
How far was that trip?
That was a long one. That was like 13 hours or so. Trois-Rivières to Thomas More Stadium. And then you get home late and you're gotta drive. You gotta drive back to your house. Ground ball left side. Diving play from Shield. No throw anywhere. It's an infield single from Zade Richardson. His second hit of the day. Florence runners first and second now with nobody out.
Yeah, everybody's really doing their part in this game offensively for Florence. Again, everybody but Zeisler's got a base hit. And I would say nothing's cheap. None of this contact is cheap at all. Richardson's got the double and now the infield single. He just continues to get on base. That's 3 out of 4 times today.
Garrett Broussard shows bunt. He pops it. Line drive right over to the first baseman. Good thing everyone else was able to retreat.
Yeah, Richardson's lucky. He was far off the first base bag. But, of course, it was the first baseman, Holman, who made the play. So there was no one with how fast the play developed covering first.
How about 47 miles per hour off of a bunt? That's the exit velo. Brings up Sergio Gutierrez. Switch hitter still hitting from the left side. He's 1 for 3 today. Came in to score in the second. Runners on first and second. Just one away. First pitch to Goody. Misses inside. The Venezuelan Terminator. Gutierrez still looking to drive his first long ball of the season. Had double digits home runs with Florence in 2024. The 1-0 off speed. Misses upstairs. When he gets into one, he gets into one.
Yeah. He's had some no-doubters.
Yeah. Two-0 count to him. It's Bobo at second, Richardson at first. The 2-0, big swing and a miss. 2-1 count, top of the zone. Was hunting that fastball upstairs. Look back at second. First base side of the rubber for House. Kicks the 2-1 delivery. Skied high. Third base side out in shallow left field. Holt all the way back, backtracking. He makes the grab. No one was covering third, but Swarm gets over there, including the home plate umpire.
Got to be anticipatory.
That's the second out of the inning. Brings up Keenan Taylor. He's been on base in all 3 plate appearances. Keenan Taylor, a single his last time up. He's had an RBI walk and another walk. 1 for 1 today. Base, all 3 plate appearances. Fastball misses upstairs. Be nice to get some insurance for Florence. 9 outs to play with on the other side of the ball.
Who do you go for those 9 outs? That's the question, too. I don't know if they go back to Hopewell. There's a righty warming in the Florence bullpen.
Yeah, that's still Max Whitesell out there. Assuming they go to him. 1-0 off speed, beautifully placed in there for a strike. That Lee's smells good in here. That Lee's famous recipe chicken.
I got a burger for the first time, so
Yeah,
I'm
those
excited
are good
for that.
too. 1-1, fouls it back on Klosterman buns.
New Klosterman buns.
New Klosterman buns. Get Kurt
Speaking
Graham
of,
up here soon.
yeah, speaking of, will he make the
Will
top
he
of the
make it
seventh
in
for
the
the first time
seventh?
this year?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Had fun with those Bowmans yesterday. Got some cool cards. I don't know if Kurt had as much fun. You can get.
Yeah, it was.
I definitely got the cooler cards in that crew. It's a 1-2 count. All right, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it away. Either way, now 2 strikes.
Taylor just had, it almost felt like a Vlad Guerrero Sr. ball almost hit the ground when he made contact. Way down to the zone. He went, got it, got a piece. Of course, the classic Vlad Guerrero is he actually hit a home run on a ball that bounced.
From the stretch, here's the 2-strike pitch. That one's skied foul.
We've just seen some hard swings from Taylor in the first 6 games of the season. A lot of them resulted in a home run. A lot of strikeouts, though.
Twelve hits for the Yalls, 11 for the Mud Monsters. Just a lot of offense in this series. Here's the 1-2, fouls it back.
You can tell House liked that pitch a lot, too. Thought he had it. I just don't get the Monsters being the same color as the jersey.
It is, you're right. You're not colorblind on that one.
I was going to say, I had to I had to make sure, but.
That one misses downstairs. It gets away from the catcher. Runners off to second and third safely. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Keenan Taylor. Ducks on the pond. So far, a nice at-bat for Taylor. Working with 2 strikes. He's been able to foul a few off. First base side of the rubber now for House. Delivers the 2-strike pitch. Called strike 3 on the outer half. Taylor not happy about it. He'll head back to the dugout. Florence strands 2 runners on base. They carry a 6-5 lead into the top of the 7th when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching. Change the new wing coming into the game. Pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh and never frozen. Max Whitesell, the new righty in for Florence. That'll end the night for Chase Hopewell. 1 inning, 3 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Evan Webster started the ball game. The lead that he accumulated has now vanished to a 1-run narrow lead over the Mississippi Mud Monsters, 6-5 as we enter the top of the 7th. Whitesell trying to keep it that way. Jack Holman will lead things off, followed by Caston Furr and Landon Wallace. Whitesell has looked phenomenal so far.
Well, I mean, here's the guy. You're expecting Whitesell to be in this high leverage situation. In a 1-run game, get you a couple of innings.
Big swing and a miss there on his first pitch. From Dayton, Ohio, so far 2 appearances. He's got 3 1/3. 3 hits, no runs, no walks, and 5 Ks. One earlier this series back on Tuesday. 0-1, skied foul. Holman today is 1 for 3. He homered on the first pitch he saw in this ball game back in the 2nd inning. It was 1 of 3 home runs. Florence a little bit of a shift on him with the shortstop Blomquist shaded up the middle. 0-2, skied foul right over our heads. On top of the press bucket. Ooh. Came down, too. And I've been on top of this building before. It's not the sturdiest. Certainly not the sturdiest. Back in my stadium ops days. The 0-2. Crushed down the right field line, but foul.
Well, they got to get someone up here to get these water bottles off the awning. It seems like every game there's just one more that appears. I don't know if people are throwing them for the sweets or what.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with those, but yeah, you can't step on the awning. I mean, it is just a thin, it's very thin vinyl.
You got to get maybe a broom and hit them down,
or our mic,
throw
and you
something
try
at
and
'em.
lasso it. 0-2 misses downstairs.
You're the master with that. So.
Yeah. I've been on top of pretty much every tall structure here at Thomas More Stadium, including one of the lights.
I literally was gonna ask.
I was all the way up on the lights.
Was that scary? Were you harnessed?
Yeah, no, we were on a boom lift, and that was for Deck the Yalls. You had to wrap all the things and lights, but all of them were wrapped. But this one was a new one because we had just put it there for the new team building, so we had the team store, and we had to wrap it around. Went extremely high all the way up there, just wrapping around Christmas lights. They're obviously still there. Nobody's getting them down. No one's going to get them down.
What if one of the bulb goes out and then it makes the whole thing go out?
Yes. Then you got to go back up and find out which one. I'm not afraid of heights. I welcome a challenge. Being up there, you certainly were kind of swaying at the top. 2-2.
Swaying?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
You're just swaying a little bit in the wind. Definitely wasn't like steady, you know. Once you get to the end of a boom lift, and we were at the very end, it gets real thin up there, and you're like, oh man. The guy I was up there with was not a fan of heights. 3-2, skied out towards left center field, all the way to the wall. Brodell makes the grab right in front of that Care Spring sign. A long fly out for Holman. That brings up Caston Furr.
Yeah, Mississippi's had some really long hit balls. They've had the home runs, obviously, but they've had some warning track power today.
96 off the bat there, 343 on distance.
Again, the wind's not really doing anything today. Like that flag, you couldn't even tell there's a flag out there in right field.
Yeah. Brings up Caston Furr. He's 2 for 3. Scored back in the 2nd.
It was quite different than yesterday.
No doubt. First pitch in there for a strike. One away with the bases empty. Florence on top 6-5. 0-1 pitch in there. Whitesell up 0-2. Been a welcome addition ever since picked up middle of last season. Right around a 2 ERA last year. 2.19.
It's another guy who attacks. You don't see a ton of issues with the walks with him.
Work from the stretch of the bases empty. The 0-2 punched out towards shallow center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Nice pitch there from Whitesell. Just an even better piece of hitting from Caston Furr, who's picked up his 3rd hit of the day.
He had to go out to get that. A long reach, but he was sitting breaking ball, you could tell, and just got enough of it.
Wallace 0 for 2 today with a walk back in the 2nd inning. Double play would be nice here. Off speed in there for a strike. Another beautifully placed slider. Texted Kurt. Let him know it's the 7th. Just not been on top of his game.
0 for 3 now again here in the top of the 7th.
Ground ball over towards the shortstop Blomquist. Tossed to second one. Relay over to first. Scooped and in time. Taylor-made double play. 6-4-3. And a Can You Dig It RC scoop of the day. That one's dug up by Zeisler. Can you dig it too? Head over to Can You Dig It RC in Erlanger for hands-on remote-controlled construction and 4x4 rock-crawling fun. Visit us in-store or book online at canyoudigitrc.com. We head it to stretch time at Thomas More Stadium when we return. Florence with a 6-5 lead.
And welcome back to Thomas More Stadium again. Back in the booth again with a 7th inning stretch brought to you by Stretch Lab. Stretch Lab's team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you could ever achieve on your own. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you. Rory, Ben, great to be in the bucket again tonight, gentlemen.
It's great to have you back.
Great to have you back, Kurt.
Notably not at the top of the 7th for the 3rd straight night.
I'm not going to lie, Ben looked a little nervous when I walked in tonight. A little nervous. Like, what is about to happen in here tonight?
Well, we're excited to have you in for our Rip That Pack segment. Finally get you in here. For the bottom of the 7th, it's Marcus Brodell, Brett Blomquist, and Jackson Tucker leading things off for Florence. The Y'alls with a 6-5 lead right after stretch time. Ground ball, right back up the middle off of the back of House. The throw goes on to first, but it's not in time. Second hit of the day for Marcus Brodell. And now they're going to take a look at House, who 109 off the bat. probably
That never
feeling all
feels-
of that.
It never feels good. I didn't see it again.
Yeah, it was more off the leg. I didn't.
I think that's what they call a $1 million shot.
Yeah. He's walking around. I don't think it's anything that's going to take him out. Maybe just a bruise tomorrow morning. He could probably go to stretch lab, try and get stretched out. Highly trained team of flexologists. Yeah, he looks fine. Not even going to take a look at the leg there.
It's rubbing it a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Put a little tussin on it. Good
Yeah.
to go.
So a runner on first, and Brett Blomquist coming to the plate. He's got 2 hits today. Single his last time up, a 2-run single back in the second inning. Kurt, how you been? How's it been down there?
Pretty good. Good night here at Thomas More. Lots of Nathan's hot dogs flying off the shelf. A shout out to one of our new sponsors, Thornbush. A lot of Thornbush lemonade. moving
Really?
tonight. Yes,
Good,
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
That's great to hear.
Great night here at Thomas More. Good weather. It's not so cold up in the booth tonight.
No, not as cold as last night.
No, the winds. No wind here. That certainly has kept it even keel, although I'm still probably going to end up putting on my jacket.
I don't see any blankets.
Nope. That one bounces in the dirt. Brodell takes off, and the ball ends up in center field. Brodell will stay put at second. That'll be a stolen base for Marcus Brodell. I think he was off before the ball bounced in the dirt. Let's take a look. It was kind of a delayed steal. And no, just a good dirt ball read, not a stolen base there.
The throw had him, too,
Yeah.
if it's a good one.
I don't think that's a stolen base, right?
No, it's not.
No, just a good dirt ball read. Advances to second on what'll be a wild pitch from Tristan House. A 1-0 count to Brett Blomquist. So, Kurt, we do have you obviously up here for a reason, the Rip That Pack segment. That one misses downstairs. And yesterday I was the first to go on our 2026 Bowman release day. So why don't you take a crack at the Bowman pack today?
Straight to the
Obviously,
middle.
Bowman release, Bowman 2026. I think my favorite box. 2-0 count to Blomquist. 2-0 high hopper over towards the third baseman, fielded on the backhand. Got to have a quick throw to first, and he does to beat out the speedy Blomquist for the first out of the inning. 5-3 on the put away.
Now, last night, Rory, you went ahead and pulled the snakeskin right off the rip.
Yeah.
Right off the rip.
Although I will say I've seen boxes now with multiple snake skins, so we'll have to see
okay.
if you can get one.
Okay. One of your boys right off the
Oh,
rip
nice.
here, little Bryce Harper
Harper.
action. I'll send that your way.
There you go.
Yamamoto.
That's a good card.
Yes, sir. Well, what a start. What a start here.
Yeah.
Harper, Yamamoto, Jackson Holiday, Perdomo.
Ooh, that next card.
A Bobby Witt Jr.
Ooh.
Electric Sluggers.
I like the look of that. That one misses downstairs. The batter is Jackson Tucker.
Not numbered or anything, but a sweet card.
That is a very cool card. Let's take a look at that on the broadcast. Bobby Witt Jr., obviously one of the guys that
I mean, what
Ben was guessing today.
what a beast in the
He
WBC.
wasn't my final guest.
I mean, Bobby Witt, though, in the WBC, really one of the best players in the whole deal there.
Yeah, he was. That one's in there for a strength. 1-1 count to Tucker.
And then Miguel Mendez, first Bowman appearance.
Who was that?
And
You get a Rocky.
Brito.
Roldy Brito. Obviously not the Rocky we're looking for. We're looking for Ethan Holiday.
And then that Bobby Witt's pretty cool.
That
card.
Bobby Witt's just a cool design on that card.
I think I'll PC that guy.
That one bounces downstairs. 2-1 count. Runner on second is Marcus Brodell with one away. Okay, so that's what we got to beat here for our Rip That Pack segment.
You guys are tied 1-1 right now?
Tied 1-1.
So I've been running around all night. Who's got home runs?
Not anyone we chose. It was
Okay.
Marcus Brodell, who's
Brodell's
out on
got
second.
one.
He got his very first home run, and
It's the only all.
now that you've seen the power, probably a guy that will be picked a little bit more. There's a grounder over towards the shortstop, and Brodell does a good job getting in front of it. It goes out into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit and an RBI single from Jackson Tucker. Florence gets some needed insurance. They're on top 7-5.
Yes, sir.
That's one of those tough ones where Brodell does a really nice job getting out of the way. But you could see here, it's tough for the shortstop Shield to field because he's trying to work around to see if there's a deflection from the runner. And, yeah, Shield just misplayed it after that.
So some heads-up base running from Brodell on the dirt ball, and
Yep.
then to get around and come into home there and put up that insurance run. All right, Roy, what we got?
Got Hank Zeisler at the plate. He's looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 3 with a walk. He's the lone Y'all without a base hit today. Florence on top 7-5. 7-5, not 8-5. We get Roldy Brito to start off on the first bowman. That's exactly who you got. Jose DePaula, Keaton Anthony, Philly farm system. Riley Green, there's Bobby Witt again. Max Fried. We get the Jackson Merrill, stolen base attempt. And he's in there safely. Jackson Tucker with a stolen base, his first of the game.
You can almost expect one every time he's on base.
Second of the season. Looks like I have one of those top 100 prospects. Let's see who it is. Wahiwa Aloy, number 33 top prospect in baseball.
He was the Golden Spikes Award winner last year at Arkansas.
Was
Best
he?
college player last year, yeah.
Juan Torres, I know, is a big name to follow for the Yankees. And then Cash Mayfield, I actually have a numbered card of him as well, but I think you win, Kurt.
All right, the Bobby Witt electrified.
This was the top 100 prospect here, Wahiwa Aloy. If he can become something, that'd be good. I don't know what's happening. They're going to
We have an awkward play.
Throw over to first.
All right, here's the replay.
Check swing down in the dirt by Zeisler, who's, I guess, confused on the call.
They say that he went around. The throw gets over to first base.
So it's just a strikeout against Zeisler.
Yeah, I don't know what Hook's trying to argue. Is he trying to argue that he foul tipped it?
I'd like to see that again. To me, it didn't look like Zeisler went around.
Nonetheless, they did say that he went around.
Yeah, his bat certainly crosses the front of the plate.
No doubt. It's a strikeout for House, his second of the day. A runner on second in Tucker. And now 2 away for Brendan Bobo.
Yeah, Zeisler just trying to say that he got contact, got a piece of that foul tip, stayed alive.
Well, Kurt, you win our Rip That Pack segment today.
There we go.
2-1 lead for Kurt.
2-1 lead. We got 2 more tomorrow to end the Bowman Chrome, and then we'll have to pick up something else. If we pick up something more from Bowman, maybe go back to it, but see if we could find some Top Series 1. I know that's what Kurt is looking for.
Until that 52 mantle shows up on Sports Card Nonsense, I am ripping 2026 tops until that mantle shows its face.
No doubt. As long as they have it in stock, 1-0 swing and a miss.
Now, for all you kids at home that don't know, the 2026 tops this season has a 52 mantle insert valued between $5 to $7 million, which might
Pretty
be
impressive.
the biggest chase in sports cards history.
Yeah.
And nobody's ripped it yet?
So far, it has not turned up.
And you almost have to have it turn up if you're tops, just because it's like, how many times can I just say that there's a 52 mantle in here and everyone's just going to go buy it?
Right.
Someone's got to find it to make sure that you're telling the truth. Although, there's certain players with rookie debut patches that, haven't been pulled. Jordan Yamamoto, for one. Ball gets in the dirt. Tucker on the way to third. The throw is offline and into left field. Tucker speeding home, and he'll be in without a throw. Speed kills. Tucker works himself around the bases. It's 8-5.
Y'all's putting up a lot of insurance tonight from poorly thrown balls here and errors.
That'll be a stolen base and then an E2. GP editing error. So the E2 will score him. GP editing always, don't make any mistakes with GP editing. Call Greg Peterson today at 513-512-0300. Second stolen base of the inning for Tucker. Now the base is empty and a 1-1 count. There's a base hit up the middle and splits the gap into right field. Bobo gonna motor on into second. The ball gets away from the right fielder Wallace. Bobo turning and burning, looking for 3. He's in with a slide. 2-out triple for Brendan Bobo. The hits keep coming here in the 7th. And that one's a little bit of help. You can't say an error. I mean, he slides and kind of just kicks it around. But anytime you're diving, it's not an error. That'll be a clean triple.
The way the Mud Monsters have been throwing the ball, too, I might have tried to turn for home and see what I got out of it.
Believe this is Jay Petchy who's going to make a call to the pen. The night is done for Tristan House. Florence chases him here in the 7th with an 8-5 lead over Mississippi. All of this, really with 2 outs. Pretty good stuff from the Y'alls. We will come back with that new pitcher when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the 7th inning. It's 8-5 Florence out in front of the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Seth McCartney takes the mound for Mississippi. That's a Hooves Hangout pitching change. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover. Hooves Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. First pitch to Zane Richardson. Fastball in there for a strike from the righty McCartney. 90 miles per hour, dotted up on the outer half. Second time we've seen him in the series.
So we get House and McCartney back to back. This is who we thought House was.
Yep. 0-1 fouls it away down the third baseline. 2 hits today already for Zade Richardson. Only fitting that we did have a Hooves Hangout shout out during our Rip That Pack segment.
Yeah.
I wonder how much sponsorship I'd have to give Hoove to just supply us with cards throughout the season.
So Hoove, if you're out there listening, we need cards.
So what would it be? It's 51 games at home.
51 blasters.
Now, that would be nice. 0-1 fouls it away.
Something to note, too, just a side note, if he is to come back up, Bobo a home run shy of the cycle right now.
How about that? Let's hope he does get back up. Florence would have to kind of hit around here into the 7th and 8th.
Or give up a few runs. Keep the game going.
Or tie the game.
I'd prefer the former.
Yeah. 0-1 misses outside. It's all right. It's 0-2. That's a 1-2 count now. House from the stretch. McCartney from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, blows it by him. 91 right down Broadway. Florence does pick up 2 more. We head to the top of the 8th. Kurt, you staying on?
Yeah, I'll stay on for another half.
Another half inning. Florence on top 8-5 when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change with a new wing coming into the game. Pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Lee's always fresh, never frozen. Max Whitesell's night is done. He ended on an unconventional 1-2-3, courtesy of a 6-4-3 double play. Spun in the 7th inning. It'll be Aiden McAvoy making his debut in front of the Florence faithful. McAvoy, the impressive lefty on the mound for Florence. He has looked great in exhibition play and his first time when he was out there in Evansville. First pitch misses high and away to the batter, Nathan Rose. 7-8-9 due up for the Mud Monsters. 1-0 grounder over towards the shortstop. Blomquist fields it. Throw on to first is in time. 6-3 on the putaway. Still got Kurt Kramer up in the booth.
Rory, how many packs do we got left in that blaster?
2.
2 left for Friday night. Of course, a shout out to our guy in the booth here, Noah, the Night Rider Ravenscraft.
Noah Ravenscraft.
Ravenscraft.
Noah Ravenscraft works at Dick's Sporting Goods, and he got us the box.
He did.
So he's very nice.
Now Noah dropping some heat out of some of the boxes he's been pulling with the
Yes.
downtowns.
Yep. Slater Shield takes the first pitch downstairs, 1-0. No, you're absolutely right about that. He's been talking about all these things he's been pulling. Someone at his work, it sounds like if you work at Dick's, all you're doing is ripping cards there the whole time. They all are just buying the inventory there. And that's maybe why Caden, he went to Dick's and they didn't have any Top Series 1 left. It might have been from them just ripping.
A couple of guys sitting in the stock room, ripping packs all day. Sounds like a good job to me.
No doubt. That one misses upstairs. 3-0.
I'm maybe a little surprised to just see the 1 inning from Whitesell.
Me too. Guess they didn't want to overwork him and save him for the Evansville series as well. Plus, you want to get McAvoy in.
Right. Might be one of those situations where if they kept it a 1-run game that you could still see him.
It was after that Saturday game that Florence obviously blew their lead. And, it's like, well, hey, none of those guys showed up. We might just have to go McAvoy as the de facto closer. Big swing and a miss there. He's worked himself back to a full count. Now a 91 on the outer half of the plate.
But, I mean, those are, as it stands right now, you look at the roster, probably your highest leverage guys in
No doubt.
McAvoy and Whitesell. Alpern definitely going to be one of those guys.
But both McAvoy and Alpern can really give you some depth as well. They're going to go for a 2-out save here. 3-2 fouls it back.
Fouled out right behind the bar there. I'm glad I moved my truck.
Shouldn't be long before Carter Hines rejoins this ball club.
He was on the 7-day, and I think yesterday was the day he could have been activated. Yesterday or today.
And they're hoping not long after that it's Seth Maddox and Will Karsten. That one's fouled back. Full count. Slater Shield with 3 hits today. He's 3 for 3. An RBI and a run scored. So doing it all for Mississippi at the bottom of the lineup. Payoff pitch. Skies it. Popped up towards right field. Incoming Bobo. Calling everyone off, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. How are the sweet buckets today?
Once again, another new sponsor in the house and flying off the shelves.
Very good.
Can't keep the sweet buckets on the shelves either.
So what are the sweet buckets?
So the sweet buckets, we have a cotton candy in the sweet buckets, and we have a Y'all's kettle corn, a red, white, and blue kettle corn. That's a very popular item. The buffalo
Cheddar.
Yeah, thank you. Buffalo cheddar, and then I believe there's one more.
Caramel. That one's skied out towards center field. All over it is Jackson Tucker. That's a pinch hitter, Samil De La Rosa, who flies out for the final out to end the inning. A 1-2-3 frame from Aiden McAvoy in his first time out in front of the Florence faithful. Florence carries an 8-5 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. Kurt, that going to do it for you?
That'll do it for me, gentlemen. Ben, Roars, thanks for having me up again tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another great edition of Rip That Pack.
Congrats on the win. Congrats
yes,
on the win.
Yes, sir. I am retiring to my concessions and then to a seat for, of course, some cold, tasty beers.
Go get you a seat with a back on it.
There you go. Have fun. Thanks.
Always
we'll
a
be right
pleasure,
back.
Kurt.
Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning at Thomas More Stadium, it's 8-5 Florence. Garrett Broussard will lead things off for the Yalls, trying to cling to the 8-5 lead, maybe give themselves some insurance. Tristan House still out there, or sorry, Seth McCartney still out there. First pitch a grounder, two-hopper over towards the shortstop. Slater Shield, no problem there. 6-3 on the put away on one pitch there from Seth McCartney. He struck out his only batter faced in the 7th. Stranded a runner at third, inherited from House. House's final line, 2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Brings up the switch hitter, Sergio Gutierrez, in the lefty batter's box. 1 for 4 today. Singleton scored in the 2nd. Fastball misses high and inside. Ben's getting ready for the hopeful post-game interview. You never can jinx anything here, man. Hopefully the Florence Yalls can hang on. That one misses outside.
Much crazier things have happened for sure. It's still a 3-run game. Mississippi's already got a 3-run frame in this ball game.
Let's go to our iScore out-of-town scoreboard. So powered by iScore and brought to you by Thornbush Whiskey. Thornbush, a new frontier in the world of whiskey. Bold, smooth, and wildly unexpected. Come try the new official cocktail of the Florence Yalls at Thomas More Stadium. Sergio Gutierrez grounds out to the second baseman. 4-3 on that put away. It'll bring up Keenan Taylor. We'll have to go through this quickly. Joliet Slammers, 11-4 lead over the Gateway Grizzlies. Looks like that one's in the top of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th in New York. New York with an 8-5 lead over the Ottawa Titans. Florence obviously on top, 8-5 here in the bottom of the 8th over Mississippi. Earlier today, Sussex County really put the power to Tri-City with a 15-7 win and a series win over the Valley Cats. Windy City finally losing a ball game. Fall down to 5-2. They lost a 5-4 ball game to the Lake Erie Crushers. 1-0 misses outside. It was a clash between Quebec and Down East that went to extra innings. But an extra innings win for the Bird Dogs, 10-9. A game where they actually allowed that run in the top of the 10th and then scored 2 more in the bottom of the 10th to win it in extras against the 4-time reigning defending champions, Quebec Capitale. In a 6-6 sudden death win for New Jersey. That's something you got to say. The score stays 6-6, but it's a win for the Jackals over the Brockton Rocks.
Did they play offense or defense?
I don't know. How does it say that? I guess you could tell maybe on the iCast there in that final inning. Austin White forced out. Yeah, so you play defense, and that's what you always got to do. You know how hard it is just to score runs? We talk about every inning. There's more scoreless innings you would imagine than there are runs scored in every inning.
Right.
So the easy choice is always defense. Plus, the guy doesn't start out on second. He starts on first.
Yeah.
3-2. Called strike 3, bottom of the zone, a few inches downstairs. That's the second time Keenan Taylor has been rung up by the home plate umpire. Florence carries an 8-5 lead in the top of the ninth, 3 outs away from closing this out when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the ninth inning. Florence on top 8-5, and it's Aiden McAvoy looking for the 2-out save over the Mississippi Mud Monsters, hopefully to try and win the first series win for Florence in 2026. Be the top of the order for the Mud Monsters. Braylon Skinner leads things off. Slider misses away, 1-0. Easier said than done against the top of this Mississippi order. That's been oh so good. 1-0 pitch. Dials it in on the outer half. 90 miles per hour there from Aiden McAvoy. Braylon Skinner, a 2-run homer his last time up. He's 3 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. 1-1 swing and a miss on a nice slider from McAvoy. He's just been locating everything. I mean, his fastball's there, his slider's there. He's looked really good out the gate here for Florence. A 1-2 count to the leadoff man for Mississippi. Can never count him out of an out bat. That one skied over towards left field, sending Brodell back with room and way in front of the warning track. He makes the grab for out number 1. That'll bring up Kyle Booker. He had a home run his last time up. Him and Braylon Skinner went back to back. Talk about the top 4 in this Mississippi lineup. 2 homers from Skinner and Booker. Jack Holman, a homer back in the second inning, and then Travis Holt, who awaits on deck, a homer yesterday. Lefty-lefty battle, though. You got to appreciate that. First pitch to Booker, high and inside, brushes him off the plate. Florence looking for their first series win here in 2026. They were just 3-9 against Mississippi last year. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Swept in the opening series against Evansville. A win here would advance them to 2-4 before facing Evansville again on the weekend. The 1-1, slider, breaking away and missing the bat from Booker. 1-2. 23-51 on that slider. Just excellent control, and that's the pitch you want to throw to a lefty. It's going to look like it's inside down the plate and all of a sudden break away from him. Working first base side of the rubber. Kick the 1-2 pitch. Goes back to the slider. Grounds it over towards the shortstop. Blomquist has it on 2 hops. Throw on to first is in time. 6-3 on the put away. A nice play there from Blomquist to put away the speedy Booker. Mississippi down to their final out. And Florence is 1 out away from their first series win in 2026. The Y'alls took control in the second inning. 3-run second inning that gave them the lead. They didn't really look back, although it was once again a 1-run lead after the 6th. 6-5 there. Some insurance in the 7th and 8th was all Florence needed. Sorry, insurance in the 7th. That one misses outside, 1-0 count. 2-run home run from Marcus Brodell. Might prove to be the difference. That was in the 5th. 1-0, swing and a miss. Him and Jackson Tucker came in to score in the 7th. It's a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses inside. 91 miles per hour there. In at the shoes. Travis Holt. 1 for 4 today. Grounds it over towards the shortstop. On the backhand, Blomquist gets to the legs. Throw on to first. Not in time. Zeisler couldn't pick the scoop there. That'll be an infield single for Travis Holt. Brings up Jack Holman, the big lefty, and another lefty-lefty battle. Travis Holt over at first with a big-time lead. First pitch to Holman. Fastball misses upstairs. Here's the 1-0. Grounds it again. Left side, fielded by Broussard. Throw on the run is in time, and Florence takes down the Mississippi Mud Monsters 8-5 to pick up their first series win in 2026. They move to 2-4 on the season. Mississippi drops to 3-3. It's a 2-inning save for Aiden McAvoy, and the first win of the season for Evan Webster. What a win for the Y'alls. 8-5 to take down a division rival, or a conference rival. I think you saw a lot of good things from pretty much everyone in the lineup. Hank Zeisler ends up being the only one without a base hit. Go figure. Guy hitting 400. Still got on base today with a walk. But everyone else contributed. And Florence, a lot of hits in the hit column as well. Very much needed bounce back after 18 strikeouts yesterday. Again, the win goes to Webster. He moves to 1-1 on the season. Save to McAvoy. And the loss will be dealt to Brian Williams. Webster, 5 innings pitched, 8 hits. 2 runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts for the southpaw lefty. Chase Hopewell followed for an inning pitch, 3 hits, 3 runs. Max Weinzel pitched a great inning in scoreless relief, 1 inning pitch, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. And then Aiden McAvoy, 2 shutout innings, allowed just 1 hit. He looked dominant against the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Looks like Ben has grabbed Evan Webster as our player of the game. We'll send it down to Ben Haller. Take it away.
me down. Big to get out of that bases loaded, no outs without more score. Helped out for the score. But out, talked to Westcott, kind of what the plan was the rest of the game, and then go from there. So what? Now what?
Yeah, just 2 runs in that frame, and then the offense starts to break out. What does it do for your confidence in just being able to just relax after your offense finally gives you some run support for the first time this season?
Absolutely. With this offense, my job is very easy. My job is go 5, go 6, and don't give up 10. So did my job tonight. But it's fun playing with an offense like that, defense behind me like that makes a lot of plays for me. So it's a lot of fun.
It's the first time we've talked to you this season since you got named the opening day starter at Thursday in Evansville despite the loss. What was your reaction to getting the call to be the team's ace?
Yeah, it was cool. I was a little confused when Westcott told me the first time. He was like, "We're back from opening day," and I was like, "What does that mean?" He was like, "What do you think it means?" But I was like, "I've never been told that before." So it's a cool distinction, cool honor. But I always say pitching's pitching. Doesn't matter if I'm day 1, day 5, if I'm in the 1st or the 9th, I'm going to do the same thing every time. So.
And then fast forward, you finally pick up your first series win here at Thomas More Stadium. How does it feel?
It's a big one. Big one going into this weekend. Hopefully get some get back against Evansville, but ride the momentum.
All right, thanks, Evan.
Thank you.
Rory.
We got the hang of that audio once that interview got going, and then we didn't lose it, which was good. So, again, sorry for missing the beginning of that. We're still figuring out the wireless mic to begin this season, but a good interview from Evan Webster there. I told Ben he's going to give you a lot of good answers, and that's exactly what he did. Evan Webster, congratulations. Player of the game, and he's dealt his first win in 2026. Obviously, an 8-5 victory over the Mississippi Mud Monsters. Let's replay it for you. Florence was down 2-0 in the bottom half of the second inning. Zade Richardson hustled and legged down a double that really, I think gave some energy to the Y'all's offense. After that, a hit by pitch to Garrett Broussard and a single from Sergio Gutierrez loaded the bases with nobody out. An RBI walk from Keenan Taylor. That brought the Y'alls within 1. A strikeout to Marcus Brodell, but the other rookie came through. Brett Blomquist, a 2-run single, gave Florence a 3-2 lead, and they did not look back. Next inning, Zade Richardson led off again. A hit by pitch. Garrett Broussard moves him over, and then a pass ball drove in Zade Richardson. He was able to capitalize on that to take a 4-2 lead. In the 5th inning, it was the rookie, Marcus Brodell, coming through, and he had his first hit in a Florence Y'alls uniform, a long ball. 2-run shot to deep right field, pulled it, had every bit on it, 109 off the bat. Marcus Brodell, congratulations on your first hit. He picked up 2 hits today. 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. A very nice day for the rookie. Then another good day for Jackson Tucker, who had an RBI single back in the 7th inning that scored Brodell and gave some Y'alls some insurance. Only blemish really was Chase Hopewell's 6th inning. He gave up 2 home runs back-to-back. He had the most runs allowed by a Y'alls pitcher today. 1 inning pitch, 3 hits, 3 runs, no walks, and 2 Ks for Hopewell. Hopefully we can see some better of him. I know he's obviously working on a few things, but he looked great. I mean, still flashing 96, 97 down the plate for 2 strikeouts, which was great to see. You guys are also obviously seeing all of these Y'alls highlights and replays here on the post-game show. Well, let's take a look at tomorrow. It should be Isaac Milburn making his first start in front of the Florence faithful. Don't know the pitcher for Evansville just yet, but a nice rematch on Red, White, and Y'alls night for the Y'alls. That'll be donning the star-spangled Florence jerseys, which are going to look supremely cool. And hopefully we're able to show you them up here in the broadcast booth. But Red, White, and Y'alls night, a salute to the 250th anniversary or birthday of America, obviously, which is coming up, down in July 4th, technical birthday. But the whole year, really, the 250th birthday for America, and Florence paying their respects tomorrow on Red, White, and Y'alls night. The first Firework Friday as well for Florence, and what should be a fun opening weekend. Hopefully, like Evan Webster said, get some revenge against the Otters.
I think they'd like that. And I think, too, you come into this game with a little different approach. You have a whole offseason where you just never know how things are going to go that first weekend. Now you started to see they can play some winning baseball against a team that, I said it earlier in the broadcast, this Mississippi team I think is going to have a real shot at the playoffs. They have such a dangerous top part of the lineup, and I just think Florence's offense outmatched them in 3 games this series, and I think it's a really promising sign.
It certainly wasn't easy, right? I mean, both teams had double-digit hits today. It was an offensive game. I think the pitchers did a good job of keeping those runs from crossing. Obviously, 13 do score total, 8-5. But when you looked at both, I mean, they were both in the teens in terms of how many hits they actually gave up. So a lot of base runners on base today. And for that to not be, double-digit runs, I think speaks to the volume of the well-pitched game. Like I said, really the only runs came against Chase Hopewell in that 1 inning of work where he gave up back-to-back jacks. So better stuff from the everyone there, but I'm excited to try and get some revenge. Obviously, you weren't there during the Evansville series, but 2 walk-offs and a combined no-hitter got to taste bad in the mouth here of all the Florence players, and I know just like Webster said, I'm sure the rest of them also hoping for some revenge.
Yep.
That'll be a 7:03 start here at Thomas More Stadium. You can tune in, as you have been, on Home Team Network, the official home of Frontier League Baseball and the home of the Florence Y'alls, as well as our Florence Y'alls radio network on YouTube. Appreciate everyone tuning in there. Want to give a special shout-out to our Stadium Ops crew, the true heart and soul of the team, as well as MC Hannah, who wanted a shout-out today as well. So we'll give Hannah her due, the best MC in the league. Other than that, any final notes, Ben?
I think just encouraging signs this week. And, we talked about the question marks with the offense coming in. I think this offense has got a real chance to be another classic Florence legit top 5 offense in the Frontier League. And excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, hopefully they can continue to improve here as we face Evansville on the home opening weekend series. It shall be fun. 7:03 tomorrow. Until next time, saying so long from Thomas More Stadium, and y'all have a good night.